talk about the Russian freak too?
Many things. If you want to.
I don't care. It's a matter of like we can.
It's just funny seeing him try to get that narrative off.
Yeah, because like that's all right. I mean, we could definitely address it.
I'm just waiting to see. Well, you guys hit it?
Fire your bar.
You're waiting for it to say that we're live?
Yeah.
I got it. Ooh, I seen somebody say, O-H-H-H-H. We are? Okay, boom. Beautiful. We're back. It's the No Jumper Show. What number is it? Look at the title. We don't know. We all have a hard time remembering a random 3-digit number.
Josh knows.
Josh probably knows.
238.
I was 238.
I was at 234. I was
238, and we're back. It's
That's
the greatest.
I got 238s on me.
Me too. I got 2 9s on me on like the 99-cent store.
There you go.
Well, I got a Glock in my Rari, 17 shots, no 38.
I got two 9s on me like Wayne Gretzky over this ice.
There you go.
You feel me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Josh really was feeling that one.
Josh fucks with it.
Josh has Darth Vader as a screensaver. Darth Vader as my screensaver. Boom. Now we're rapping.
Yeah. You gotta take your DP in the plug talk room. You're the first one to swear.
Very different
Damn.
DP. Hey, I'm not going to say who, but somebody today was telling me about a certain area that does body shot DPs. And I'm not going to dig into that at all, but I was like, because I'm still learning what goes on in these streets.
You learned it.
So I hear that and I realize like, okay, there's levels. There's like a real DP that would be like capable of putting you in the hospital. We all seen Crip Mac go through it or whatever. But you were talking put on, not DP.
Well, there's a put off too.
Yes.
A put off.
Put ons exist, put offs exist.
I didn't say anything to you.
Somebody told me.
You know what, white boy?
Hey, somebody told me put offs exist and put ons exist.
White boy with the BBM.
And that person was White Man Amir. And he's really like most things that I've learned about the streets, I learned from him.
I mean, but if you get put off with body shots, I mean, you'll be ready. I think you can do the put off and the put on same day.
I was thinking
put
on. I was thinking put on body shot. Like the put on was the body shot thing.
Yeah, it probably would be. I mean, but why would the put off be harsh?
Because I feel like a DP needs to be harsher.
Well, also keep in mind, body shots ain't no joke sometimes. I had a homie who got put on, went to the hospital same day with cracked ribs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need that face to be a little bloody.
That's what you feel? What are you wearing today? You look like you're going to do like a magic show.
I had on the Prada shirt with the Dolce pants, man.
For real?
Yeah.
Hey,
why are you stepping out like that?
that's my boy Harry
dressed.
Blue Dini.
Styled by Zan, man.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
So every day you just wake up and have a conversation with her and she tells you what to rock?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's probably like a predetermined for the week, right? She got
she goes
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
To make sure the outfit's on deck.
Okay, but for me, like, do you guys just feel like you wake up, you look in your closet, and then you kind of have to like pick what you're gonna wear today, and it doesn't like obviously it doesn't really matter that much, but like in your head, you kind of like run through what you're going to be doing for that day. So that kind of lets you know like what direction you want to go. Then you also have to consider like, do I have new stuff? Do I have anything that I'm excited to wear? And then you also have like, okay, who am I going to be around? Like I should have thought twice before I wore all red when I interviewed the Norteño rapper the other day.
That was methodical, bro.
I swear on my life, I am just that dumb.
Oh, the Southsiders are on that ass about that part.
We don't. I'm not going to confirm nor deny. That interview hasn't come out yet, so we don't actually know.
You had broads.
They're mad about the outfit.
They're mad about the interview for sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, regardless of that, you had broads in Atlanta. Panda.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Pandering.
Oh, I'm trying to like pretend like I get the joke.
Lefty. I just did a show with Lefty. I went to Ralphie's show. Me and Conrad performed.
Okay.
Lefty performed.
Where did he perform?
At Ralphie's show. It was on Olympics.
Their song they got together is crazy.
I've seen people posting up videos and being like, "Oh my God, Bricc Baby's in here," because like the Reddit trolls aren't really like expecting to see.
To pull up, they don't know that I'm original Sting Team.
Well, they don't know that you're just gonna be like anywhere randomly throughout the week. You know, like
that's my thing. I just pop up.
You're like Kramer.
Yeah.
He just
I'm there.
slides into the room.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just
Comes in, says the N-word, he's out.
Come on, hood.
Slightly less clumsy than Kramer.
No, it says it with like a slightly different feng shui to it.
Kramer
yeah.
with a C.
That's what they said. They said they seen a 5'5" guy walking through the crowd. And it was
That's
Bricc,
what I
baby.
see. You saw the same post as me. Yeah.
Wait, you're the 5'5" Crip?
Yeah.
Dude, I was so excited in Manhattan to walk by 55th Street.
Oh, wow, amazing.
Just
it
any
different?
55th Street really gets my balls in a twist. I'm not sure what it
Yo.
is.
Although the 55th Street in Manhattan is like in like the heart of Midtown and it's super chill.
It's like a
It's
very
still
different
55th.
environment.
Excuse me, can you please direct me to Baby Snaps Alley?
Walk into the organic bodega.
You walk into Nordstrom's.
Just imagine Crip Mac and them popping out in Manhattan like, I own 5'5" Crip, you in the hood.
You know what's funny though is that being okay, so I'm with Trap Lord Ross and his filmer the other day, Julian, I believe his name is. He also works for Channel
That's my
5.
boy. Shout out to Julian.
Shout out to Julian,
That's
very
my
good guy.
homeboy.
Nice guy to talk to. He was with us for like the whole week.
He from up north. He from Frisco.
He puts me on the phone with Crip Mac, and it's kind of like when you see Crip Mac in real life, you know how he always has like a bunch of random people that he's going to introduce you to? He just has like a different posse every day. I get on the phone with him. I can barely hear him. I'm in the middle of the meet and greet, and I'm just like blatantly ignoring all the fans that are kind of like hovering around me, wanting to talk or take pictures and stuff, because I'm just plugging one ear, and I got Crip Mac in the other, and it's like jail quality phones. You can barely hear
No,
him.
the feds sound worse.
He's
It's
introducing
worse.
me to so many different gang members on the phone. He's like, this is so-and-so from BPS, and this is so-and-so from West Side, whatever. And this, it's like literally just, it's like they're lining up in the prison to like get a little introduction. I can't see him. I'm just kind of like hearing like a vague description. You know, he's not scared to fight someone. He's not scared. Like, that's the main description.
These are
like,
essentially the people you're going to be interviewing in 2030. So, you know, it's good to get a proper introduction. You know what I mean?
get a little bit of legwork done.
In
Yeah,
the
I like it.
feds where no fades are getting ran.
That's the word in the feds.
I mean,
It's just
ain't
too
getting
strict,
fed-
or that
not
they
over-
just automatically don't get down like that,
not
because
over
it's a
gangbanging.
federal
Yeah.
jail,
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
For some reason, the phones are really janky in the feds. Like, have you talked to someone over the fed? Like, it sounds way worse than any prison or county. I don't know why.
Do you feel like you're worse at hearing people talk over the phone from jail than the average person? I feel like I never know what they're saying. And I'll watch interviews with people over the phone. I was listening to THF Bruh and 16 Shot Him. I probably understood like 35% of what was being said in the call.
Unfortunately, I speak. I'm like semi-fluent in penitentiary. Like,
Because you got to put a word there for everyone that you miss. You just put the word there, or you just say, "Oh,
You know what the most you know what the
When in
extreme
doubt.
version? When you hear the police radio thing and they're like talking to each other.
Yeah.
I have never understood a word that they're saying through that.
check the perimeter.
Yeah. Like I never know what they're saying, and I feel like that has to be part of what they're like teaching you in there.
See, guys, he's not the feds.
Yeah. I'm aspiring,
See,
but I haven't made it to that level.
Nah, they got to be teaching you that because it's all, but it's really they're reading off all numbers and fucking
Codes.
codes
Yeah.
and shit. People,
We
But
are 37.
Even the stuff that is in plain English, I just feel like I don't understand. Like it just very rarely do my ears like recognize it. And I also feel like when I'm in the club and someone's talking right in my face that I like most of the time when the music's really loud, I like don't really know what the
How
hell they're
about
talking
just
about.
Are you
don't
holding your
be
breath?
talking to me in
Do
the
you go-
face when I'm in the club?
do you hold your breath when people talk in your face?
Do I hold my breath?
Yeah.
I'm trying to breathe as much as possible so they'll leave me alone.
Yo, I'm not good at smelling other people's breath. When they get right here, I'm like,
You would be the Tic
On
Tac guy.
deck.
it wouldn't
On
even
deck.
matter if you had Tic Tacs
No,
in your
no,
breath.
no.
Once
You
you
gotta-
get to whispering to me, it's like, please stop. Just stop, please. Like, I hate it. I hate being talked to right here in the club or anything.
It's like Jay-Z said, I'm trying to hear Big and some cuts from Nori.
Yeah.
And you keep talking over the beat like Clue.
Yeah,
feel
but
me?
you,
Like,
you know what the way to do it is too, and I remember hearing this in a pickup artist conversation or something I read about that.
Pause.
Is that no, every guy needs a little bit of pickup artist like time, at least one boot camp in their life. I've never been to a boot camp, but like
We can unpack this.
let's unpack it. So basically, like if you're talking to a girl, what demonstrates strength is for you to like kind of keep your distance, look right at her, and let her talk. What demonstrates weakness is like her face is here, and you're like this, shoving your ear in her face, like being kind of like weirdly like side
Yeah.
to the side.
Yeah.
But I noticed that a lot of times if I'm paying attention to what they're saying and I'm looking at their mouth, I can like understand a lot better because looking at their mouth helps you understand what they're saying a lot more.
And it also helps you understand what that mouth do.
Yes,
but,
that's a good point.
But honestly, like at the end of the day, is that pickup artist skills or is that just basic human interaction skills? Is that basic self-awareness, not violating people's boundaries?
But a lot of the
being in your motherfucking face.
A lot of the stuff that I heard about early on in my interest in the pickup artist stuff, which to be totally honest is like at least 15 years ago now.
Was it
at
that
this
guy
point,
Mystery?
I definitely watched his entire TV
that
show.
dude's never had pussy in his life.
Man, I don't know. That hat.
Come on, bro.
I believe that hat got him some ass.
You said Bricc looked like a magician. That fool looked like
No, he's a real magician.
he's walking out the Renaissance fair like.
You know, one day we're gonna get a mouse that I don't have to like really struggle this hard to do it. But I'm gonna type it mystery. Pick up artist.
That's the last dude I'm taking any advice about chicks
accidentally
from.
wrote
Come on, bro.
Mystery.
That
Look
fool,
at this guy.
he got the pedophile soul patch.
He definitely.
Come on, bro. That fool got nothing in high
He's
school.
banged way more girls than any of us.
Thank you. He's got the Kid Rock going on. Like he'll be all right.
Exactly.
No.
He's baiting them in. Yeah,
He got the rock kids going.
but I feel like this guy is like apolitical, whereas with Kid Rock, it's like you can't look at him without thinking about a field full of Bud Light getting mowed down with an AK-47.
It's a far cry from his days of being like a hip hop DJ in his early career.
Which hat
True.
got him asked? Only the furry ones, Adam. The fucking what's that one? Robin Hood? What's that right there?
Bricc, just imagine the fact that this guy had an entire TV show about him
Risen?
based on
Risen.
his Riz. Yes.
Risen,
Before
like-
Riz was a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Was it on MTV?
It was on probably some more like normal type network. I don't think it was like a cool network like MTV.
It was
Remember how
like-
cool you thought MTV was?
It's so funny you said
MTV
that.
was cool.
It's
It
so-
was super cool. Like why? I don't.
No, MTV was fire back in the
Because
day.
we didn't have anything else to compare it to compare to every other channel. That was cool.
But it was like that was the world's window into pop culture essentially, and like all kids in America and across the world were getting put up on game.
I watched everything except for the music shows. Like TRL is what I missed.
Yeah.
I was watching like fucking what is that shit? The
The Real World.
Real World.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
watching
Road
Real
Rules.
World
Eliminate.
and all that shit. Eliminate.
Well, because they were the pioneers of reality
Yeah.
TV before
Yeah,
anybody
Real
else.
World was the Buna Murray. Real World. That's the first scripted reality
But,
ever.
okay, it's weird though that we kind of thought of MTV as being this like edgy counterculture type thing in a way because we had nothing to compare it to. Like to me,
Till we got
MTV was the
MTV2.
badass channel.
Yo, to
MTV
keep-
Two was for all
MTV2,
hip hop.
yeah.
We were invested once.
But then that
MTV2
turned into
came.
all reality TV at some point too, didn't it?
But the thing is this, though, now literally the entire MTV, it's ridiculousness. That's all it is.
That's what I-
that one
back
show,
to back.
24 hours straight. But the homie Wayne Hartful made this comparison the other day, and me and Compa Raider were talking about it on the worst podcast ever,
gotta talk
episode
about
3
that.
last night. You feel
We'll
me?
unpack that.
And and basically, bro said, "No Jumper" is today's equivalent of what MTV. What No Jumper to the youth of America today is what MTV was to us in the early 90s.
You get a lot of
you
the
get the
same
TRL.
things out of it, yeah.
And all the characters, you didn't want to used to be an MTV VJ? Like that seemed like the coolest job ever. Like
I mean, I
That
feel
was
like
lit,
I was
fool.
like 11, so I didn't really think of it as like a serious
I
prospect.
was 11 and I was
Only
like,
at
that's what I
spring
wanted
break.
to do.
Only
Come
seeing
on,
them at
oh my
spring break,
God.
I'm like,
Turn
I
up.
have to be at spring break. on that stage.
Watching Global Grind or MTV's The Grind, as it was
Yeah,
initially
right.
named, was like to my 10-year-old brain, I felt like I was watching like an orgy.
That's like the
because
tip drill video.
There's so much skin. There's so many boobs that yes, they have like bathing suits, whatever. But
Side boob, it's enough.
dude, like I
Side
was
boob action.
actually for sure that was one of the first things I ever beat my meat to.
Dude, that whole like MTV at that time, people, but you're a little bit younger. So by the time you were like at that age where you was watching it, probably it was already getting a little bit too mass commodified. And but in the early
I've been
days,
watching MTV since I was like 2 years old.
Okay, so when
like,
you were-
literally like
So
So
when-
age
3
check
years
real
old.
quick. 35, right?
36.
36?
42.
42, 40. So we're
Yeah.
all kind of in the same.
Yeah,
I'm a
we
triple
were
OP
all
in this
same
motherfucker.
shit.
He probably grew up a little faster than us. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
watching
my
it.
brothers and shit is like 40.
You were watching MTV when you were 4.
So when you was
sure.
watching like those
Not
early
big.
days, like when Simon Rex was interviewing interviewing Tupac, and that, you know what I'm saying? Like Tabitha Soren interviewing Tupac, Nirvana coming out, the whole grunge wave and all that. That was lit. Do y'all remember? I don't know if they had it in perhaps around town, and you might be a little young for The Box.
Yeah, The Box.
I don't think we had it. I used to always
have you
hear
heard
about
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
basically.
used to play Damu Riders on that motherfucker.
Exactly.
All the time.
Basically, it was an all music video channel, and it was run by a local cable network. And you would call in. Your parents get hella mad because it costs like $2.99, and you order a
play your
music
song.
video,
Right.
and they play it in order. And that's how I found out about so much hip hop from watching that. Like that. Remember the Too Short
You
Cocktails
wasn't there
video?
to call in. You just was watching what was next.
Yeah.
I ain't calling in to get my ass whooped.
Yeah, it's all that.
I would
It's all
go to
that.
my uncle's house. My uncle, who's the one that is always accused of being involved in some like crazy Clinton scandal, and it's closed. Wow, the mango. What is that?
Mango michelada, fool.
That's your brand.
Yeah, this is my favorite. Estrella Jalisco.
I love how you're like expressing your Mexicanness through your alcohol choices.
Yeah, you know, it's a statement piece.
Or is that just like your
just-
preference?
I just literally what I like to
Your
drink.
taste buds have just been like sort of controlled by the
Chamoy.
rasa over the years.
You feel me?
No, but my uncle
Going down on my girl, it tastes like chamoy.
My uncle, his house, even though he only lived like 40 minutes away from where I grew up, they had BET. And BET had like mad videos being played on a regular basis that they would not be playing on MTV.
Well, there's BET Uncut also, which was
That was
the
late night.
firest channel of all time.
That was late night.
But
Yeah.
I would go to my uncle's house with my family, and they would all be like going to the beach, and I'd be trying to like make him an excuse to go back to his house so that I could watch BET because they would be
Channel
playing
96.
like they'd be playing like the Fugees and like MTV like wasn't on because I'm talking about. You remember that song Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah, and I get it. Yeah.
For some reason, I remember that being a song that
That's
they played
crazy.
on BET that they didn't play on MTV because the Fugees weren't big enough to be on MTV until the
that
next
was their
album.
first album. That was
exactly.
Blended on Reality before
And
they even. Yeah.
The second one was the score, right?
Score,
And the
which-
score had like the massive hits, and it was
had the
everywhere.
massive hits and ad campaigns. You feel
Yeah.
me? That was everywhere.
Right.
That was But you're right. So BET was a little bit more edgy with some of their hip hop content. But if you could go back, like I'll watch old episodes of Yo MTV Raps. Still, they'll have them on YouTube, and I'll be like, damn. They'll be even me, like the self-proclaimed encyclopedia. I'll see videos from obscure artists, and I'll be like, who is this guy? And it was hot though. You feel me?
Oh,
Random
hot
ass shit. Like
Tigger went down as you never want to be the dude in the basement again.
Oh yeah,
Tigger fucked up basement for gangsters.
Wait,
Yeah.
why? What was he doing in the basement?
He was trying to open up his bottom shelf down there.
Wait, did he have a scandal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Tigger.
Thug dissed him in like his first album. He said, "You a pussy. I see you by Tigger it."
Oh, that's what you was
I
talking
see you
about.
like
Wow,
Tigger it.
2011. What is Oh no. What is this? Okay, what happened to Big Tigger from BET? He hosted from 1998 to 2005. After his time on Rap City, The Basement, he continued hosting red carpets.
Put gay scandal next
They
to
left it out of that.
We got to put GA.
I'm not going front.
Oh, it's a gay thing.
BET's Big Tigger has been outed.
Oh, it's just an outing. It's not like he was like raping anyone because that's kind of what I was assuming you were
No, I
getting
said
at.
he was opening up his bottom shelf.
Oh, okay. So he was just banging men.
He's a bad boy for life.
Yeah, look, Superhead called him out for being gay. Is he available for interviews?
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, regardless,
But look, 6 years before that, in 2005, Big Tigger denies radio account of homosexuality. Also, R.I.P. Mr. C.
yeah, R.I.P. Speaking of,
improper behavior. Yeah.
Well, two things. Firstly, R.I.P. Mr. C, radio legend from NYC, one of the most important
I think
figureheads.
all the radio legends are in New York.
But had
Well, we got Big Boy,
but
we got
that's
Big
it.
Boy.
okay, but had a few Gracie Janes under his belt.
Yeah, that's what he was into.
Maybe a few
apparently.
dozen, maybe a few hundred. We don't know.
What is that? What is Gracie J?
It's a woman
Robots
who used to be
in
a guy.
disguise. Yeah.
Shout out to Gracie Jane. She actually, I saw her at this. That's the one from the whole house phone scandal.
Oh,
yeah. But I seen her at the Porn Awards, and she like kind of yells my name, and I'm like talking to like a couple of people.
Yeah, yo, Adam.
And you know, when you're at the Porn Awards, you very much you got to kind of section off like your attention, right? You got to like really pay attention to like, you know, I'm talking to somebody that like I really need to be talking to.
Right.
She's over here like motioning to me. I look over, she's like, nah. I'm just like, what?
That was
She
her
flicked
reaction.
you off.
She gave me the finger. I'm like, what? You don't think I'll fucking Never mind.
You would.
Just tear the whole thing down. Fuck this award show.
Hey, but honestly, she looked like she got hands, fool. Like, I ain't going front. That would be a fade, fool. Like,
Bro, I seen some humbling shit with this motherfucking reality show.
yeah.
Oh yeah, how's that?
It's over with.
You're done now.
Thank
Okay.
God. Listen, I
thought this
seen
was a
a gay
fake
guy
one.
fight like a real demon. I witnessed it, and I said, Jesus Christ. I asked him for a fade after he whooped the nigga ass. He whooped the gay nigga ass. I didn't believe he was gay because I didn't hear him talk.
You
I'm
watched-
like, nigga, I need a fade, bro. You fight like that, like go to dead ubbies. I need a fade.
Why-
Wait,
why-
I'm like, oh,
You watched two gay men fight, and then you wanted the victor.
Yeah, why'd you want the
I
back
didn't know
fade?
that because you ain't never been in jail and just seen somebody fight. Like, bitch, you ain't hard like that, nigga. You ain't here just knocking shit out, nigga. Let's see if you can knock me out.
But wait, you saw him fight, and you thought he was a
Damn,
bitch. So then you wanted to fight him, or you
No,
thought that he was?
I thought he was Ray. He had braids and shit. I'm thinking it's regular till he like what? And I'm like, oh, nothing. My bad.
So you're
bad.
in this environment, and you're basically being like encouraged to fight.
No.
Or you're just like
Anytime
you
I
have no
see
fear.
fighting go on without me knowing it's about to start, I automatically get into like, oh, demon time. I told you I'm addicted to violence.
But you don't want
I told
anybody
you
to
that
get
last-
like fight clout without you getting some clout as well.
No,
It's
he just took off
essentially-
on him. So if anybody else think about taking off, nigga, we can run a fade because you gonna get shot any other way.
You know,
Like
Menace
if
to
you try to
Society.
squabble, let's squabble. Cause
You
think
can't
you're
shoot somebody on
gonna
a
go for it.
reality show.
Yeah.
Like as your manager, I'm going to say I'm not okay with that idea.
That's cool. That's why I had security there the whole time.
You're basically AWACS
They
for
will also
Menace
be
to
in trouble.
Society. That's who you are. You've been around so much shit that it's like,
Yeah, but I know when to pull my gun out, when not to. They fighting shit.
You're
Gotta
not
fight.
supposed to have a gun.
Adam,
Are you being hypothetical?
hypothetical gun.
Adam, I will give them 2 guns at the front door to sneak the 3rd one in.
No, I'm just talking about.
I'm telling you that.
Bro, the feds are watching. They're like using this right now.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about me.
Oh.
I'm talking about I don't tote guns. I have people with me every day.
Oh, right.
You know that.
I
I'm
do.
not.
I
I'm
know
not
that.
fucking about to be taking no accountability for a gun. Well, I will if I get caught with one, but it's no point of
You
me
sound
taking
like
it.
me not taking accountability.
Yeah, I'm definitely. That's why we relate. Everything's my bitch fault, so I don't give a fuck what you.
Period.
I don't even
She
take
hates it.
accountability for people saying that I don't take accountability. I think that they're massively misled.
They fucking lost their mind.
I don't understand what they're
No,
talking
no,
about.
I love you, but yeah, accountability is not your strong suit.
There's
You
been
got to
many
have
times-
accountability.
There's been many times in which I've been being dragged on this podcast and people saying that I was refusing to apologize when in my head I'm like, what? Like I already apologized a bunch of times for this and you're just like not hearing it because maybe I didn't sound convincing enough.
No, because you didn't wear a Black Lives Matter shirt when you did it.
No, actually I wore a Starlets shirt because I had a great weekend with asses, bro.
Awful lot of tenders.
A
What was
strip
it?
club
Strip
full of
tenders?
nothing but fake asses, star tenders.
They was with the BBLs out there.
Okay, but get out of here, Gracie. But
Yeah.
there's a whole thing that I realized at Starlets, which is in my view the greatest strip club that I've ever been to, is that there's the star tenders, and if you go to look at their social media, you see all these chicks who are not the ones who are like
Serving you.
butt naked shaking their asses all over
Yeah,
you.
they're the tenders.
There's like the ones for Instagram, and then there's the chicks who are actually getting down and dirty. And like the chicks who are getting down and dirty with me, I'm like scouring the Instagram just trying to lurk them. I couldn't find shit. They have
I'm
like a real
assuming-
wall between the talent and the Instagram.
No,
Well, I'm
what
assuming
happened
a
is
lot of
it
them,
was-
they got their predetermined clientele already.
No,
You feel
I'm
me?
not-
Like,
A lot of them got flued out too, though. It was a big weekend out there, so it's a lot of
For
people that
420?
was dancing there that
Yeah.
don't dance there. Like it's a lot of bitches that did what the niggas did. Like, oh, it's a gang of niggas out there. I'm finna go out there and dance.
So let me break this down.
This pussy.
I have many little tales from New York City, but I would like to start with the Starlets thing. So I've been hearing about Starlets my whole life. I've been hearing about the New York City strip club
I
experience
should
my
have been
entire
there. I
life.
hate keeping my dick in my pants. Go ahead.
Yeah, you definitely said you were going to come out and then didn't. What's your big excuse for that?
My big excuse was that I think I used too much protein in the at the house. I had to
Protein?
go restack on Juju.
I don't understand
all
anything
out.
you're saying.
All the
he had no nut left.
You had already fucked too much
My balls were empty.
to go to New York.
yeah.
In no way would I have been requiring you to like come or have a boner out there, right?
At Starlets?
What are you gonna do? You're getting a lap
New
dance.
York closes at fucking 8 in the morning.
don't
If you're
close.
not fucking something at 8 in the morning, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, so I don't know what time they shut down, but they told us to get there at 2:00 in the morning.
It's crazy, right?
And we were like, yeah, we're going to leave at 1. They're like, no, don't get here at 1:30. There won't be anybody here. Get here at 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? So me and Doug pull up. And keep in mind, like, my idea of New York City is very, very strict, that there's like you're not allowed to do a lot of like really lit shit.
It's not Miami.
We're standing around smoking weed and they just usher us in. So that was new to me, is that
Lit.
like you normally you get into the club and you can smoke weed, but you can't like smoke weed on the way into the club. Apparently when you're booked to be hosting at the strip club, they just allow you to do that.
Adam just now learning how to be a rapper is crazy. Go ahead.
This is a fact. Also, I see one guy freaking out in the chat acting as if I am actually your manager. I was just kidding. I'm not really his manager. But anyway, I'm down to do some managerial style duties.
Thank you.
Pause. But okay, we get in there. There's like a platform to the area that we're kind of in, right? And then like a bunch of chicks just like line up around the area. We're like on a little bit of an elevated area, and they're all just staring at us. You can't even look over because you're just gonna make eye contact with all these little. They're all just staring. And then finally they like let a bunch of them up in there. The club gives us the fucking money or whatever. And then we start just like throwing money. The girls are all twerking on us, whatever. And I'm kind of thinking that because in my mind, I'm so hip hop, I'm in the big 3, that these girls are going to know who I am. One chick is on me so hard, giving me the craziest stare directly into my fucking soul, just shaking her ass on me. You know, I touch her butt. She like starts moving my hand like down to like touch her vagina. I'm just like, oh my God.
Is that the same woman that groped you?
She also, yes, she grabbed my boner through my jeans. She grabbed it so fucking tight, I almost came right there. And anyway, like
Dominican.
yes, she's dancing on
Dominican.
me for like a while, and she keeps giving me these demonic fucking eyes. And then finally, she just grabs me and like pulls me in and just goes, "So what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Adam." I'm like, "Where are you from?" She goes, "Dominicana." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So they have fucking whoever, like all the maybe some of the other girls that were giving me weird eyes. Maybe some of them knew who I was, but this chick definitely didn't give a fuck. Of course, some of Selena Powell's crazy ass
I was
slut
just about to
friends
say,
pull up.
Selena.
Yeah, she's. I don't know if she sent them or what, but like there was just a lot of wild shit going on in there. And
I seen they was busting it down for Traplo Ross too.
Traplo Ross was in there. We're in there for like an hour and a half, and I just go to Traplo Ross. I go, "What do you think?" I'm like, "You like this?" He's just like, "I don't really understand, but I guess it's like because I didn't get drunk. My first ever strip club hosting that I talked about on here, the one in
Fucking
Vegas."
liar.
We got fucking
We got
wasted.
fucked up. You didn't get drunk at all?
This one, I did not have a single sip of alcohol. It was a very different
Yeah,
experience.
because he wasn't trying to get Cardi B'd.
Yo, I mean, I don't even care about that. I just like was like, you know, I already like the whole time I was in New York, I kind of felt like a little slightly under the weather. Like I kept taking naps and shit. And when I got in
taking
there,
what?
Oh, God damn it. And just gonna breeze past it. And then
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
as soon as I fucking get in that environment, I'm just kind of realizing like if I drink, I'm gonna feel like fucking death. So I'm not gonna do it. And I'm pretty sure it was a good idea for me to not drink in that environment because it could have definitely been a thing. Yeah.
New York is synonymous with alcohol for me. I don't know why. I always feel inclined to be drinking when I'm out there.
You
Like,
got a fucking pass in broad day. I heard the pass go down.
The pass?
Yeah, you had like a fucking invisible pass. Why didn't she text you that when you were out there?
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
fuck one
No,
of 'em.
she's trying to sound cool
Fuck one
saying
of
that
'em,
shit
yeah.
in front of you. She's like, "Oh, I don't care if you fuck some girl." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, you fucking liars." She's trying to sound open-minded around you. She would lose her fucking
I
mind.
know she would.
Multiple times since I got back, she took my phone and looked through my fucking DMs about
Those were some hot
I
whores.
swear to God, we went 8 years of her never looking through my phone, and she looked through my phone last night and today. And last night it felt like more of a joke, and then today it felt more serious.
Like serious. Like she last
She's
night.
like, "How many numbers did you get at the strip club?" I'm like, "I didn't get any fucking numbers." I'm like, honestly, I would get their Instagram before I got their number because I would rather lurk than have like immediate access.
Yeah.
To, I guess you could get both if you were really feeling yourself, but also like.
I mean, the Instagram is like, I got a bitch.
Bro,
like I could look.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I could follow whoever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
But one number, ooh, that's when you start. I mean, but
What's so special about her?
you know, this is the thing too, and this is why I'm not really like tempted to cheat. Besides the fact that I'm deeply in love with my wife, is because I can't fuck with a condom on.
Hell no.
And I'm definitely not fucking any of those chicks without a condom on.
Man.
No, I can't. I haven't used a condom since George Bush Jr. was in
Let's
office.
talk about other mistakes. I haven't heavily invested in my mistakes.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
You got a
Don't-
leaky
don't-
faucet. We're going to talk about that. No, we probably should not talk about that.
We're not.
Wait.
Nothing.
You are the king of telling on yourself because you don't want to talk about that, but you're going to I'm just going to like completely basically put it out there for the people.
I know.
What are you looking at down there? Thinking
Thinking about where I'm moving to, Adam.
You're going to move?
Nah, I'm just playing. Let's stop playing. First you
but
think something really happened.
I just like, I wouldn't be able to fuck one of these chicks without a condom.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fuck anyone with a condom.
Well, that's also not only is that like you bringing something potentially home to your lady, but it's your livelihood because they test y'all like every 72
yeah,
hours
I was about
or
to
whatever.
say, just
like,
wait till the next test. I wouldn't. And tell the doctor like, baby, my boner hurts. my boner hurts.
My boner
Go
hurts.
get tested. If it's positive, you just got to eat the fucking.
Nah, but if I fucking have to cancel 2 weeks worth of shoots just because I decided to fuck a Dominican woman.
Some increments, but it
get
might be
an
worth
STD,
it.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Well, do you eat pussy every time you fuck?
Hell no. Am I gay?
I'm gonna get dome
Every
I-
time?
Every time.
Not every time for sure. You gonna go down on it. Every bitch. Like
I would almost say that when you eat her pussy, you're like at less of a risk of getting an STD.
But see, you can smell the STD on the pussy.
Can you seriously?
definitely
I
can.
definitely got.
You definitely
even
can.
if I go eat her pussy, I'm definitely down there like this.
I can smell what kind of drug she's on through her
I gotta
pussy.
zoom up. Yeah,
But I've
Yeah.
fucked tons of porn stars who had stinky ass pussy and then they didn't have an STD. I never
but
got
there's
an
a
STD
difference
from them.
between cum stink and fucking stink.
Well, there's pH balance.
You know what I'm
Somebody
talking
clip
about?
stink.
Stink. You know
pH
what I'm talking
balance.
about?
That's why we're the big three.
The big three.
That's why this is big three.
You feel
Come
me?
on, man.
Come on now.
Unmatched energy.
That's it. And all
No, but it's like, all right, the cum, like, oh, you got a lot of dudes coming you. Can't eat that pussy. You understand that, right? But then it's like that fucking garbage disposal fucking smells like she shitted out her pussy.
like a
That's
human
a
trash
problem.
receptacle. She's
Like, oh shit.
yeah, but what about like sometimes when you like, okay, you stick your finger in a little bit. Okay, she don't smell that bad. Okay, I could do this.
stinky shit
You
is deep in there.
You start
Yeah, that's the part.
exactly.
That's
That's
the
where you
cum.
find it.
That's
when you
cum.
start hitting it from the back and then like that back shot wind,
Yes.
go like
Once you fully insert,
fucking back.
once you fully insert, you'll find some flavor deep in
Yeah,
there.
it's up in there.
You could totally eat a girl out and not even know there's anything smelly going on in there. And then once you fuck her, you
I only lick the clitoris. I'm not sucking the wet part. Unless it's like all water.
calling it a clitoris is crazy.
The clit. What do I say?
well, I don't know.
You
Top
could,
in.
you could taste the syphilis on the clitoris.
No.
That's like you saying you're smoking marijuana.
You like at the top. Then
Nah.
like it's like super. If she has that clear wet drip, then I'll lick down there. But if she creams any and it's like got a little white tint to it, and you know it's gonna be kind of
Look at Mexican Joker on 6-0. If the pH level ain't right, I ain't.
That's it. That's it. You know how they got like you ever owned fish before? They got aquariums and all that. You can like see the pH level on the side of it.
No, but I've heard of it.
That need to come with a bitch. A bitch need to come with a pH monitor,
Right.
so we can just see it beforehand. You
I
feel
like
me?
that. You know about boric acid?
But yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I heard
yeah.
Kanye mention it on his new album, and I had previously never heard anybody mention boric acid besides Lena and other porn stars.
Well, Kanye
Selena
tapped
pussy
in.
smell good.
It's not boring acid, it's boric. What'd you say?
The Selena pussy stank, doesn't it?
I did not use
Yeah,
Selena's
a little
pussy. I
stink.
just fucked it. I didn't smell any backshot wind when I was hitting it, though.
That's a good
Yeah,
sign.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Because I'm still debating.
You don't touch your dick and like smell afterwards. Like I always got to make sure I want to see what's cracking. You feel me?
Wait,
Like,
so after you come, you'll wipe your dick and...
yeah, I feel like that's normal as fuck. I want to see what's like.
When?
After I nut, you feel me? Like when I'm about to go to the bathroom, wash my hands, you feel me? Wipe my dick off. I'm gonna see what it do. I'm gonna be like,
But you know what sucks?
After I nut, I don't want to smell
I don't
vagina.
wanna smell. That's all
I don't want to think about that shit.
I want to make sure, because if it's that water, then it's that water. You know what I mean?
Literally, I nut and I'm like, smoke weed.
But
I want to smoke weed.
Give
That's
me a
it.
cigarette fast.
Fuck that. Pussy, get out of here.
No, I'm done with
weed.
it. I just want to make sure. Look, okay,
I'm done with this.
So no, now I would like if I did a quick wipe and then like I'm down the street and I feel like some moisture in my hairs and shit, I might go.
Okay, but the other thing that I'm very serious about after I have sex is I want to wash my hands.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And like
Wanna wash
my dick could stay dirty, but that's why it's amazing to have baby wipes around on set, because you don't have to go do a full plop your dick into the sink and wash it. Like, that's fucking hard, because you inevitably end up getting your balls super wet, and then you get your underwear will get wet.
That's a full bird bath.
Yeah,
Unnecessary. What did Cameron say? Get your wet wipes. You feel me? Like,
Get your wet wipe. Yeah, and he knew, because that was about 20 years before I actually realized how important baby wipes were. Do you use baby wipes when you wipe your ass, though?
no, but
Anyone.
I definitely would.
We have kids
I have
at the
like
house,
they
Adam. We for
be
sure
there.
do.
Like, I'll have the baby wipes on tuck, and if I'm look, we ain't got to delve that deep. But if I'm wiping my ass and it's like, all right, damn, there's
Nigga
still
get
shit.
tired, got
yeah,
wet butt.
I've been here for like 5 minutes. You feel me? And then okay, fine, yeah.
Hey,
hit it
how
with
do
the baby
you have
wipes.
unlimited sludge in your ass like that? I don't understand that. Pause.
Bro.
Wait, sludge?
Like,
You never
wiping
just
my
wipe
ass.
for
Wipe
'cause-
my ass.
But we've already
like, yo, I'm not getting anywhere.
Adam's
like,
already spoke on this, and he said that he has a limited number. He was like, "I'll wipe 3 times, and that's it, no matter what."
It depends what I'm doing for the rest of the day.
This is crazy.
Okay,
fool.
I wake
That's
up in the morning
foul.
and I take a shit, and I have like a half hour before I'm gonna go out and hit the gym. I'll wipe my ass like 3 times, maybe like I'm not getting it completely clean, so I can go put on sweatpants and
all
go
right,
work
all right,
out in the gym.
Adam, so if it's still a little brown tint on the third swipe,
I don't give a fuck. What am I doing? I'm just going to work out.
I give a fuck.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
I give
bro,
a
your
fuck.
ass is gonna itch in the gym. Like,
From the when I'm wiping my ass, I'm like. I don't know if this is normal or not, but I take the toilet paper and I just like press it against my asshole like really hard and then pull
put
it
your
up.
finger
It's
in
not
it.
even like a wipe. Once I get to like the third, fourth wipe, it's not a wipe. It's more of like an imprint.
but what if it's
I'm really getting in there.
He's stomping on that bitch.
I hate. This is why I'm racist.
That is some white people.
This
it
is
is.
why.
It is.
Like, does your ass itch at the gym? Little.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
believe
And
you.
even if
I
you're
did
not about
say
to
that
take a
convincingly.
shower.
I understand that, but the itch is so cold. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You take a diarrhea, you think you wiped it all up, then you walking around the house, it's like, oh God.
Why
like,
would the
it's
shit
burning.
make my ass itch more?
Yeah, I
It
can't do
does.
it.
Any shit left down there, you're gonna feel an itch.
I would rather
I went
wipe.
back. I went back. I don't know what day it was, but I used the wipe afterwards, like, and it was still like brown
Yeah.
around, like a light brown.
All bad.
And after I wiped it, I felt so much better, and I felt like a kid. I'm like, bro, I'm walking around with a
just got your
shitty
diaper
ass.
changed. I'll wipe my ass until I see blood rather than fucking shit. Like
Oh
literally.
my
fool.
God. I've been there many times. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that feels hemorrhoidish.
I've had hemorrhoids before.
But
Getting a little bit too
but
acquainted.
the hemorrhoid's not going to make your ass bleed.
We passed the threshold,
I'm
Bricc.
just saying though,
No,
you
no,
wipe
it's
till
not.
it bleed. Well, it's not really you. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's not really you wipe until you bleed. It's you taking a shit that ripped your fucking ass a little bit,
And
then
you're pushing
wiping
so
afterward.
hard
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you'll start reading like a really good Twitter thread, or you'll find like a good video, and then all of a sudden you realize, like, I've been kind of like sitting on this toilet straining my asshole for like an additional 15 minutes that I didn't have to be here.
Bro, I'll watch half of fucking Traveler Wrestling.
Yeah,
Young boy
exactly.
documentary taking a
I
shit.
sent Adam a load before, direct to his phone.
A load?
Yeah.
What, a poop?
Yeah,
Did you?
a Duke a load.
I think you did send me a turd one
one.
time, and I was like, on 6-0, what the fuck is this shit?
I'm like, this is gay, bro.
No, you
of
start
intimate-
hanging out with gang members and you think that they're not going to be doing all the gay ass shit that your white friends do. That's like way weirder and gayer than like anything that my BMX group chat is doing that is like strictly Caucasian dudes plus Kareem.
I think bidets are the wave, low key.
The bidet?
Yeah, I think that's low key the wave.
Bro, so all right, listen to this. Vlad, if you go search DJ Vlad toilet, you're going to find a clip of Vlad and somebody else, maybe Boosie, I forget, talking about how great this extremely luxurious toilet is. And I think it was like $4 or $5 grand or some shit. And so I hear them talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, I want this. And also I want Lena to experience this. But then I started thinking, if I just buy this randomly, then months down the road, another holiday is inevitably going to come around, and then I'm going to have to be thinking about another gift. But if I wait, I can get her the toilet for a gift for like her birthday or fucking Mother's Day or whatever, right? But then she goes to Japan, and literally every single toilet in Japan, according to her, I guess I kind of had this experience out there, but maybe it's gotten even more upgraded. But like literally, you sit down on the toilet, it sprays a fragrance immediately, and then it has the whole bidet.
Not in your butt. Like,
it's like $5,000 for this shit, dude. It's like the nicest toilet you've ever been in your whole life. It's heated. There's all kinds of shit. I think you have like a special technician who comes through that can only work on these toilets, but she goes to Japan.
They start playing the Pure Moods compilation in the background.
Well, yeah, if you get the really nice one, you can program it to play different fucking audio shit as soon as you pick it up, which I think me as having a kid, I don't know that I necessarily want to like introduce her to the world of talking toilets, you know?
Right.
But in general, like, that kind of fucked up my whole plan because now she wants the toilet too, and I had to confess that I've been thinking about getting her this toilet for the past couple months, but that I was holding off.
I just popped this in, bought a new toilet in Japan.
What's he say on the new one? He says, I'm in Japan. No, fuck,
I'm big in Japan.
Yeah, but what's he say before big in Japan? God, that's like a sneak diss about Future's assistant, I guess.
Right.
Her name is Japan or some shit? I don't know. Anyway, that was my time at the strip club. I was only there for like 2 hours. It was a blast.
You like bidets?
I have never actually used a bidet, but I have friends that swear by them, and it's like apparently like hygienically it's far superior. Now it's difficult.
You like getting your ass ate?
No, that's the thing.
It's
like,
the
stop
same
lying,
thing, bro.
I've definitely had a bitch's tongue in my ass. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that's never happened.
I had
before.
one today.
Like it.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
You had a tweaker today. I'm not gonna say her name. She was a little twacked up.
You think she's on meth?
Yeah.
But they're fire in bed.
She talked
Tweakers
to me.
or
She
tweakers
talked
are
to me.
animals.
And she rapped her name to me when I met her. And she didn't stop moving.
She wrapped her. I can't have a girl on Plug Talk and then immediately be doing another podcast where you accuse her of being a crystal meth addict. What the fuck?
Well,
I was gonna like share information about her that would make it super fucking obvious who it is too.
To be fair, he didn't say she was an addict. He just said she was off
You didn't share
it.
any information about her?
No, but I was gonna say, oh look,
No, don't do it.
I became Eskimo Brothers with. No, I tweeted it. They're gonna fucking know.
Might as well say it now.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, my opinion.
I thought she was a beautiful woman, and she licked my butthole, so I love her.
There's nothing wrong with tweaker bitches.
No,
you
nothing
feel me?
wrong.
Like they turn up.
That's what I said. I said that motherfucker about to be squirting and all
Yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
there. Wherever she was trying to get, she was just getting there.
And then isn't hygiene very like bad hygiene is severely frowned upon in your industry, correct? In the adult industry. So I would figure somebody like you wouldn't want to walk around with like a stanking ass booty hole. You feel me?
Totally.
Like,
And especially when the girls say that they want to eat your butt, that's when I immediately go in the bathroom and fucking take the baby wipe and kind of like try to jam it in there and wiggle it around a little bit to just try to
Pause. You go finger fuck yourself.
because long live not like finger fuck, but like I try to like really kind of get it in a little bit.
You said wiggling.
No, but
It was,
okay.
like, crazy.
Long live Emily Willis. She's currently like in a coma or some shit apparently. But like me,
Bro, why are you saying long live then?
well, I mean, they said that they're not expecting her to improve, so I'm just gonna. Okay,
It's
maybe
been like
long
4 or
live is
5
not what.
months. Yeah, don't do that yet.
When do I get to start saying long live?
When they pull the plug.
good health to Emily Willis.
Best wishes to Emily Willis. I hope
Yeah.
she beats this whole thing. But like, anyway, we had a legendary video that I almost feel like, given her current predicament, it's like weird to share it.
Yeah.
But there was a video
You
of
didn't
like.
cause the predicament though.
I had nothing to do with it. You were way more likely to have caused it. No, but like me, like she's eating my butt and Lennon sucking my dick, and then I flip. And then, like, you know, I'm going back and forth, like, getting my butt licked and my dick
That's
sucked at the same
futuristic
time.
ass to mouth.
This shit was super viral
That
on
was
fucking
pimp.
Twitter when it first came out. And I redid it today during Plug Talk. And it was really like a subtle homage, a
It was
tribute.
like a shout out.
I like that. I like that. That's almost like because you know they
you
call,
take this ass and you take this dick. You take this dick and ass.
they talk about rusty trombones. Like they should call that the John Coltrane. You feel me? Like
Well, it's just
you're
so
like-
fucked up that if
you're
some-
hitting with that blue note jazz.
if something happens to a
Rusty
porn star,
trombone.
okay, if something happens to a rapper, we're all gonna like play their music,
Of course.
play their interviews, talk about everything. But like, if something happens to a porn star,
We reenact her
you can't like
videos.
repost their content, right?
Yeah, you can. Like,
You definitely
oh,
can.
she had a throat
Can you?
on
Yeah,
her.
absolutely.
I don't think anybody wants to
Rest
see me
in
like.
peace, the throat go. What?
You
like
feel me?
the throat was so good. I know God is smiling.
Nobody wants to hear you say that about a dead person, though, dude.
I'm still fucking Nicole Smith. You feel me? Like years after she died.
Wait, you still beat off to her,
I would.
but she never did porn, right? You're just looking at pictures of her on
No, I'm
Google.
just saying.
You're
It's
a
mental.
fucking-
I'm a very mental person. I don't need porn to be around.
Shout out Danny from the
I-
Stop.
I jacked off like to thighs before.
Just a thigh,
Like a thigh and a Daisy Duke.
like from Popeyes, like it's just a
Like
fucking
Miss Parker
couple of
Friday.
random pieces
Oh
of
yeah, that's
chicken
what I'm
laid out.
saying. Like you,
Miss Parker and Friday.
Miss Parker definitely like
Miss Parker?
She
See,
got
Adam, this is where you find out
when you want
Adam's
to
not black.
fuck Miss Parker.
Adam doesn't
He
know.
knows who
I
Miss
vaguely
Parker is.
remember. I've
He
seen
doesn't know the lines
I've seen
to
Friday a bunch of times in my
We
life,
already
but
called you out on this.
Bro,
But that's a coastal thing.
my memory is not such that I'm gonna remember any fucking movie
Everybody
dialogue
from
You know
20
fucking
years
LA.
later.
You know Kids by heart.
A little bit.
My woman got mad flavor.
butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
That's like
Virgins.
one line.
Virgins. I love them.
I wish I was the kind of guy that could remember that type of shit, but I'm just not built like that.
I think
Like,
That's what you got me for, player.
Everybody from the hood in LA knows every word to Friday.
Every word.
Next Friday.
We,
and
we can
Friday
we can
after
recite.
that.
We can
Every
recite
word.
the whole film.
Yeah.
It can be on mute and we'll recite Friday right now.
Sure.
no, yeah, I like your idea though that I'm hating on it because of some West Coast shit.
That's that. I think.
That
I
is
think.
not really accurate, but I like that. That's a
I
good
think
excuse.
I think to an extent though, Friday, as much as it means culturally to everybody of our generation, and just as a stoner movie, as a hood movie, etc. Like
I bet you know.
to us, it mean a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I bet you
that's-
know more words to how high.
No, for sure.
Right,
No,
right.
for sure. Friday, like Friday, was like probably one of the first R-rated movies I ever seen. After actually, it might have been the same night that I saw Higher Learning and Friday.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
okay.
I
He was
think
going
those were
in.
my first R-rated
It
movies.
was a blockbuster.
He was
night.
going in.
Ice
I might have
Cube.
been like 10 or some shit. Higher
Yeah.
Learning is what Amish, no, not Amish, but Gangster's Paradise came from.
No, that was Dangerous Minds.
God damn it! Yes, you're right.
Dangerous
Oh,
Minds.
that's the, with the Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
Yeah.
Higher Learning was dope.
Really,
really
was
good.
sick. Yeah,
Ricky
because
was a cold motherfucker.
I want to be an engineer.
Michael Rappaport was a goddamn Nazi in that movie.
He was.
So
He
see, look, Hip Hop Head took the role as a Nazi in the movie, which is Peter Rosenberg was offered a role in Atlanta, I believe it was, but he was going to have to be racist and say the N-word, and he wasn't down.
Yeah.
And I've often pondered if I would take that kind of role.
But Remy was like the white homie, like that we would give the pass to play that.
He was Michael Rappaport. Remy was his character.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So I feel like he was already the white homie. Like if anybody go play this, nigga, you about to play this,
Right.
Because he also played in "Don't Be a Menace." Why
I
drink
think
your
that's
juice
a-
in the hood? Wasn't
Rappaport?
he?
I don't think he was in that.
I never seen that.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna be
it
honest,
It
I've
was
never
one
seen
of
that.
those where he
No,
was like
the
helping
white
drive.
boy Justin Peters, R.I.P., who was Casper in Kids, was in Next Friday. He was Roach in Next Friday.
Yeah.
That's probably what you think about.
No.
I've tried.
No, he played the fucking mailman in fucking Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, the mailman.
That was Michael Rappaport.
Michael
Back to
Rappaport
the
was
ghetto. Back to the ghetto you go.
Oh, was that Michael Rappaport?
That was the same dude.
Hey, but speaking of
Cucamonga Crunch.
Friday 2, Rancho Cucamonga about
Yep.
to be way more significant because that's where the fucking train from Vegas to Southern California.
The
is about to
bullet
be.
train.
$400?
For one ride?
Why don't I just fly?
I'd rather
For
fly.
$70.
You
Yeah.
can take Jet Suite X for like a couple $100 more.
Yeah,
what
right.
the
You
fuck
could
are we
be in a
talking about?
PJ.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast it's going to be, but like so basically there's a train for people who don't live around here.
No drug dog.
Oh yeah. Well,
Allegedly.
Yeah, right. They're gonna have a
Allegedly.
drug dog from day one, don't you
Allegedly.
Elon Musk in on it?
think? I doubt it.
Oh, that's not one of those SpaceX.
But okay, for people who don't live around here, when you go to Vegas, you have a very big decision to make. Do you commit yourself to the 4 or 5 hour drive,
and be blicked up.
in which case you might be, hitting traffic, or you might get a flat tire, or you're putting wear and tear on your
But
car.
you'll have your blicky when you
Or
get
I love that you consistently telling yourself, but then on the other hand, you could take a regular flight for I don't know what, $200, $300.
Less, damn near.
Yeah, it's super cheap because it's like a 40-minute flight.
Less.
a flight. Only ones that cost that much is from Burbank. LAX, like $60.
That's what I'm saying.
serious?
Round trip is
Wow.
like $150 type shit.
I had no idea. I haven't booked my own flights in a long time. But then in comparison, there's this new high-speed rail that I don't know how long exactly it's supposed to take, but it's apparently going to cost $400. But you also have to get to Rancho. And what are you
Yeah,
going to do?
that's
You're going
not
to leave your
looking-
fucking car in the parking lot in Rancho? That,
Yeah,
like, they're probably going to charge you for that, too.
They for sure
Yeah.
gonna tax you. For,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that as of now, that's like a luxury accommodation. The bullet train
Yeah.
is not for the common
I don't
man.
think it's even going to exist for like 4 or 5 years.
I
So
will have
maybe
to see.
$400 won't seem like that big a
They
deal.
were supposed to have one of the damn Bay by now. Like several years ago, they were supposed to have a bullet train from LA to the Bay. But
And
I
if you
guess-
do your Googles and research like how badly planned that whole thing is and how much money they spent trying to make that shit happen, it's like unreal.
But I think it should be like $100.
Well, that would be beautiful.
Like
Yeah,
150.
that's straight.
But it's I mean, the train doesn't use gas. I don't think it's gonna use gas. It's gonna be electric.
It's electric, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so the fucking buses are like 125 now. You never heard of that shit? Like $100 to get to Vegas? That's like a $40-$50 trip.
I just think the price point needs to be like significantly. Well, the price point is more expensive than driving because if you drive there, you're going to spend $150 in gas. So it's like significantly more
Maybe.
expensive than driving. Maybe less than that, like $100.
Barely.
It'll be like
Yeah,
a full
it's
tank.
150, yeah.
I was thinking like a tank and a half.
$150 there and back.
Yeah.
To get there, take and a half?
No, to go there and back.
Yeah,
It costs you like
that's what it
$150,
is.
right? Yeah, like tank and a half. And then flying, it's like way more expensive than flying.
Yeah.
And it's almost the price of taking the goddamn jet. For those who don't know, Jet Suite is like this really dope
it's still
thing.
more than that because I didn't caught the jet at 6 for like 350.
For real?
Yeah, 350.
I took that shit for like 600, 700
That
a
was the
couple
same
times
day,
too.
right?
Probably the same day. Or
like a week
during
out,
like
250.
high demand
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
you know, where there's like a lot of
Thanksgiving
people
type
trying to go
shit.
to the same thing out there. Yeah.
No, but honestly, I feel like they're gonna drop that ticket, and that price point is for the people that want to be amongst the first to experience.
It's like the
it.
Cybertruck.
Yeah, it's like supply and demand principle. Once they realize that fools ain't even,
Do you see all the Cybertrucks getting recalled?
are they?
Yeah.
Everybody just wants to shoot at their Cybertruck when they get it. I don't get it.
That fucking girl, Jelly Beans. You seen the little girl who dances on top of the fucking Cybertruck and shit and like smashes it with a bat and shit? You really don't know what I'm talking about? Maybe it's just my algorithm, but there's this girl that we know and she's like a full grown chick. She's probably like 25 or some shit, but she's like 4'7". So she's the smallest human you've fucking ever seen. And she makes TikToks and Instagram reels that are basically just her doing, like, she's kind of found her niche since I met her. I've known her for, I don't know, 6 months, but she found her niche is destroying cars.
Wow,
So
Dad.
she has super nice like Cybertruck. She has all these different cars, and she'll just be walking on them, shooting them with guns, smashing them with bats and shit. And for some reason, this just works for her. And if you go to read the comments, it's just nonstop people hating on her.
Really?
Meanwhile, she's making like damn near a M a month, I believe, on OnlyFans.
So it's worth the
So
investment.
she's selling this content on
She's
OnlyFans.
fucking her boyfriend on there. Her boyfriend looks like me. He's like the same height as me. He's just big ass white guy, and then she's like the smallest. It's like me and Lena, but he's a little taller than me, and she's even shorter than Lena.
Who has more meat?
More meat? I haven't seen his dick actually. That's a good point. I should check it out.
So her videos are essentially the bonus stage in Street Fighter 2. She's just destroying a whip.
Yeah, much respect for you putting that together. Yeah, I don't know
I
how
was
many
thinking
people-
about smashing our midget friend that we met.
Yo, yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm down.
She's covered.
I
she said she wanted to do a
But
plug talk.
do you want to fuck her more because she has like a normal black boyfriend who's encouraging us to fuck her? Because
No.
that to me, I'm like kind of intrigued by that
No, I
dynamic.
want to fuck
Kinda
her more
interesting.
because her ass is like
Yeah.
it's. I don't know.
What's the
Midgets
posi-
got
If I had
ass.
to fuck a midget, she's definitely like number one. On
What's the
list.
first position that you'd be thinking about hitting?
I like prop her up in doggy style.
I'm
Sit her on
thinking-
the bed and fucking.
It's got to be easy to bottom out with a little person.
Reverse cowgirl. Reverse cowgirl. She's riding it from behind. You feel me? Like
It's
she
like
bent
she's
over.
squatting on a potty.
She's
It's gonna be like fucking D-Lo.
yeah. Fuck, bro. You just
when he wanted to
fucked
sit
it
on
all the way.
Corporal Raiders' lap.
No, when D-Lo fell out of the chair. That's like kind of what I imagine happening when you do
That's why
missionary
you
with her.
gotta. That's why you gotta sit her up on the bed, make her bend over.
Why'd I accidentally
all
call D-Lo Midget Mac last night on podcast?
Well, the girl that I was fucking today for Plug
Mac.
Talk,
Throwback.
she previously shot with Baby Alien, and I was under the impression that she had shot with D-Lo, and she said that she actually had not gone to such an extent yet.
Did she have to choke the base for Baby Alien? 'Cause he has
I
a
watched
problem.
them fuck, and I know for a fact he didn't get hard.
So what is he doing? Just slapping like
I think he's
putting
just
soft meat in there.
he's
and
inhaling
shoving it.
Viagra and just praying that he could make
that
something
it shoots
happen.
off a little bit.
You know, like
Cause like being chub like is embarrassing. It makes you sweat trying to put it in.
I feel bad for
You
throwing my
this,
man under the
trying to
bus.
Squeeze
though.
that motherfucker in. You gotta
It
rock the
happens.
tip out for a second, then it starts growing.
But once you get in,
Too
you
much
feel me?
Molly.
Once you actually get in,
When
like,
you
that's-
eat too much Molly, your dick doesn't work.
Oh yeah, been there
This-
5
this
trillion
is a
times.
fact.
Yeah.
Motherfucker like this, he's just sucking out a damn Vienna sausage the whole time.
Calling it a Vienna sausage is crazy.
That's why when I'm on drugs, I'm all about the neck. Just you feel me? Just dome me up because anything else, you never know what's gonna happen.
Anything else would be uncivilized. Anyway, other things that happen in New York, I just want to encapsulate it real quick. What happened in New
You
York?
heard? Did you hear? Was that Kendrick joint you heard in New York? Was
No,
that
the Kanye shit.
The Kanye shit, yeah.
You want me to run down how that happened? That was
Yeah.
kind of a bizarre experience. So I think I premiered it Saturday. And so like 4 or 5 days before that, somebody was hitting me up, somebody in the music industry telling me, hey, I have the Kanye Like That remix. I'm kind of like, and they're like asking me to FaceTime them so that I can hear it. I'm kind of like, whatever, I don't fucking care that much. I'm not going to FaceTime you to hear it, especially because I'm like kind of assuming that this is like an AI plot.
And he wears a size 7. How the fuck is he a big stepper?
You're getting involved with this?
I'm just saying, you better hurry up and respond. Last week I wasn't ready for the
You
shit.
think he's making LA look bad?
is Kendrick?
He needs to hurry up and respond. I wrote it with Kendrick.
I think he does things on his own time.
Thank you.
Because everybody was saying that about Drake before he dropped because he waited like 10 days or
No,
whatever.
what they're doing, they're uploading it through the distro, waiting there 3 weeks. They're not
They don't
waiting.
gotta have to wait 3
They
weeks.
don't gotta wait
have
3
a
weeks.
rush
But that's
order
not-
on the
they're doing it,
distro.
though.
PG Lane don't gotta wait 3 weeks.
Yeah.
From the office of Oklahoma.
Here's the thing, like as an avid West Coaster, born and raised on the soil, spent my entire life in Los Angeles and the motherfucking Bay Area. There's never been a bigger proponent of West Coast artistry. Right now, my feelings are hurt by Kendrick. You feel me? Like I need Kendrick to fight back. I need that.
need Kendrick mixed with a little mixtape game to
That's
come out.
mixed with DJ Quick on Dollars and Cents. You feel me? Like just call him a bitch. You feel me? Like,
That would be a good way for this to go right
So
now.
I know
yeah.
we cut you off. My bad.
No, where were we? Oh, yeah. So this person sends me and they end up just sending me the song. I had the song in my possession for 4 days. And in those 4 days, I kept playing it for people that I was around. I played it for Matt Hoffa and his co-host, Mecca and Gat.
shouts to them.
Shout out to them.
The
And
fact they had you in the barbershop was dope. Go ahead.
I've been there a few times,
Oh,
but and then so I played it for a few other people too, and out of who I played it for, most people thought that it was AI. Like Matt Hoffa seemed a little torn. Mecca, he was kind of in like a know-it-all mood. He was saying that he didn't think that it was real, etc. Then the next day, I'm at the pop-up shop that we do, and the DJ dude it says, "Hey, let's play the fucking song. I want to hear it." So I go, all right, fuck it. And I fucking send it to him. And then I just film myself playing it, put it on social media. A bunch of people start freaking out because like there's a few lines that like kind of made it seem real, you know, like to play J. Cole, get the pussy dry. I think people found that convincing. There's like a few other things that like when you hear it, you sort of like, you want to believe it, you know? And so then, you know, I post on social media. It's getting some views, getting a little bit of attention. A few pages start posting it. Then I get a call from John Monopoly, and he goes, "Hey, I saw you posted the song. It's all good. I'm gonna send you the CD quality version of the final one."
Boom.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I immediately go from like not really being sure if it was real or not to being like, what the fuck? Kanye's manager just hit me up, sending me the real deal. He sends it to me. It's got like a totally different beat and
You
shit.
felt like the real Big Three did, right?
That definitely helped a little bit. Yeah, 'cause I'm already in this big three conversation, but Ack obviously took such a massive W by being the one to premiere the Drake record and then the Rick Ross one, and now he's been getting a lot of the Chris Brown and Quavo stuff. I don't know. So to have this just kind of like randomly fall in my lap, I'm like, okay, this is a good sign.
Yeah.
But then like pretty immediately, because like if I was at home, I would have got on stream. played it on there so people would have like a good quality copy of it. Instead, I fucking airdrop it to my security, and my security plays it in his car, and then I just have to film myself listening to it with fucking Hurley and Eli, the thumbnail guy or the timestamp guy. And so it's like pretty quickly, like the CD quality version fell into other people's hands, you know, and like it fully got out there. And I would say that
So Hurley's the leak, essentially.
Hurley was not involved in the league, but Hurley was probably pretty hyped to be in the vlog. But either way, like I feel like that diss track might have been like the least impactful of everything that came out during all this, because to be totally honest, like there just weren't that many lines that really like pertained to the beef. And like the J. Cole, like girls don't like J. Cole, or girls pussy gets dry for J. Cole. That's kind of like an old meme.
Yeah.
I can't think of a Drake song. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That line didn't really hit for me. I don't know. I mean, I think people liked it just because it was cool to hear a new version of the song with, like, you know, Kanye on it. But I don't really think, like, I listen to Push Ups 3 times in the car on the way here. That's a great song and a great diss record without fully jumping out the window. Like, it's not so vitriolic that you can't just listen to it.
Ended it with like, "Yeah, my dick's bigger than all you got."
Well, because
Y'all seen the dick print?
a lot of people have said that about Kanye. Like Aubrey O'Day was on here saying that Drake does have a gigantic cock, and we actually know that Champagne Papi has a huge cock because it got leaked to the world. I've actually seen more photos of it.
Champagne Papi and Drake are
two different guys.
Right.
Honestly, though, like they might both have giant cocks. We don't know.
Champagne Papi is Drake's ghostwriter, essentially.
Yeah, he's his ghost fucker. He's not even fucking bitches by himself no more.
What would that make you think about the world, knowing that, like, basically, like, 2 of the biggest rappers both have huge cocks? Like, does that tell you something? Because, like, they say a lot of the top CEOs are like 6'3" plus. So you kind of got to think of that. Like, shit, if you're 5'4",
sound like Flacco,
maybe go into middle management. Maybe you don't need to be a CEO. I don't know.
I will say this. After reevaluating, because last time I was on here, I was really juiced about Rick Ross's diss, which is cool. And I give him props for just like what a timely manner he got it out in. He had the 2-hour response that reminded me of like the Yuck Mouth Game beef back in the day type shit. Like, but Drake significantly has the best record out of all these fools thus far. And I want to say...
And the best quotable with the Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. Like, regardless of how we feel about Metro, great dismissive line.
Very dismissive.
Love it.
Pure fire. Your whole ass ain't making no drums right now, little bro. Stay away from the drums for a couple months. He tried to play man.
The funny thing is that regardless of all of that, people got to give Breezy his props too. Chris Brown really, and I've known Chris Brown could rap for real since that tape he
got
had.
up with him though. Act like he did.
But a lot of people are saying Chris Brown is currently holding it down.
Yeah, he holding it down.
Which is like, he's not supposed to. He's not the rapper, right?
But people forget he had that whole tape in 2011. Him and Tyga when they were rapping. It was like 37. Yeah. Chris Brown could rap his ass off.
Right? Like, no, totally. But like, I mean, you would just expect the full-time rapper to be able to put together the better diss song versus the guy who's splitting his time between dancing, singing, and rapping and heavy cocaine use. Like, that's kind of surprising to me.
The one that's the most hurt is gonna have the best diss song.
And on top of that,
he's the most hurt.
Like Quavo's not a diss track artist.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like it don't even sound right. Like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's hurt in the situation. So, of course, he's been thinking this shit for years. Like, ever since you fucked Karuchi, he's been thinking about your braids being uneven and nigga Takeoff raps better than him anyway. You know what I mean?
R.I.P. Rocky.
Because I mean,
but Chris went with the low blow.
Which one?
Saying that shit about Takeoff is the low blow. Whereas, like, Quavo saying the shit about, like, oh, you beat up Rihanna, it's kind of like... Every beef that Chris Brown has ever been in, someone has said something equivalent of that.
Did he say fuck Takeoff?
No, he said when you died, when Takeoff died, everybody wished it was you.
That's like bigging up Takeoff though.
It was,
but it's shitting on Quavo, and it's kind of like it's kind of like a morbid thing. Like if I was beefing with Quavo, I would never say that. Why? To me, that crosses the line.
Why? The world kind of does.
I just don't think. I think it's just that crosses the line into a different world.
Hold on. Let's just take it all out of context. They're my little brothers. You was running your mouth, cuz got killed. Everybody wished that your ass would have got shot for running your fucking mouth. It's 1 plus 1.
But also, if Huncho did want, God forbid, something bad happened to him, we'd be devastated, fool. You feel me? Like,
nah, we don't wish nothing, but it's just like, goddamn, that's the cool one. Right. We don't ever get into it with nobody.
Right.
So outside of that, it's like, bro, That shit was like a mishap. He don't wish that. I don't hate. I hate to sound like so like nonchalant about it, but it's just like breaking it down. Like, bro, motherfucker got killed over your argument, cuz. Like, and I don't want to put that type of over Quavo's head. That's my boy, but like.
I'm not denying that it's a powerful thing to say in a song, and for sure in terms of like just getting attention, saying something like that is going to really like be considered a kill shot by a lot of people. I'm just saying, like, myself personally, I don't think I've ever really like dissed the dead. Sorry, FBG Budden, he might be the exception to that, but like there's a few tiny exceptions, but for the most part, but like
talked about his friends. Or whatever.
Said something about his baby mama or whatever. Whatever. But like either way, like that to me. In polite society, dead people are off limits. That's for sure. And also, like, kids are off limits.
Especially Takeoff.
And your girl is off limits unless she's in the shit.
The girl is definitely not off limits in a rap beef.
That's a fact. For me, though, I would never want to take aim at somebody's significant other unless they were up in the bullshit. You guys all know exactly who I'm talking about. But
your girl gets dissed for no reason.
My girl who never would ever respond to this shit, and probably most of the time has no idea. She has no idea. I have to tell her. I'll like see somebody in public and she'll think we're friends. I'll be like, no, we've been beefing online for 6 months. She's like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, he said something about you.
Huh?
Did you tell her like he was talking about you?
But even in that setting, I'm probably just not going to mention it. Yeah. Just like, why does she need to know this? I'm not trying to bring negativity into her life. You know.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is when is Soulja Boy going to enter the chat? Because he did it first. He had a Migos diss years ago. He had a Chris Brown diss years ago. It takes very little to set him off.
Soulja Boy better sit his ass right where he's at.
When is Soulja Boy finna enter the chat? Big Draco, you feel?
It's pretty.
Soulja
He'll probably have a sick ass diss.
Come on, bro.
It's pretty surreal.
He wants a beef with me.
It's pretty surreal though that we have me and Dub's stores, and then Soulja Boy's like 3 blocks down the street. And
niggas ain't making no noise.
I asked Dub, he's never heard anything.
Wait,
about
the Soulja Boy console?
If it was a different era, yeah, that would probably be there. Maybe it will be there one day.
I want one.
But either way, like the fact that there has been no communication, no like weird running into each other type shit. I don't know how often Soulja Boy's there.
Soulja Boy ain't fit pull up on us.
What would he be selling at his shop?
What?
Just
Are you serious,
shirts,
dude?
I think?
You Soulja Boy walked by us and act like we didn't exist.
Oh, I think he probably didn't see us that day.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Really?
Being black, walking into a fucking function, you see everybody.
He was with a fuckload of people. We would have had a whole
incident. Okay, go ahead. I'll give him the pass. Listen, you're sitting at a table. You walk in. It's nobody sitting at the table. Everybody's on the dance floor. You walk in. It's a white guy with black dudes over there to the. You don't think he saw like, oh, that's Adam?
I didn't see him glance over.
Well, okay,
but
I did.
I also never even mentioned that we had this sort of slightly awkward moment. Traveler Ross still in Starlet's watching this on my phone with the lights off. He probably said a bunch of funny shit.
I want to know what Ross got to say about like this in comparison to London strip clubs, because I ain't gonna lie.
That's the only thing I
every
hate.
Single bitch had a fake ass.
I hate that I missed going to the strip club with you and Traveler Ross. That was epic.
That was fun.
I ain't gonna lie. European strip clubs, and I've been to my fair share, is no bueno.
I've never
They're
been.
not the business.
I've never been.
Yeah,
I've been to fucking to the red light district.
But
yeah,
Traveler Ross was saying that they have like a decent strip club.
I bet
scene
London
out
got some
there
shit.
Because like I feel
Dirty
like
wine girl.
London is slowly kind of like becoming a trap. Like that's the thing in New York now is that now that they have like legal weed and shit, it's just a straight like trapper committee in the fucking strip club. Like the girls are dancing. There's huge logos of all different weed brands flashing behind them and shit. All the dudes in there with big ass chains and like ill outfits and shit. All weed guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any rappers in there that I saw that night. So like, I mean, it's fucking trapper world out there now.
And that's the thing. The reason why 420 is super, and it's dope, and I'm glad people out there finally get to celebrate it, and they're excited and can be blowing fats on in a cop's face and be like, "Fuck you, pussy."
The fucking red light weed district going on out there. They just shut it down. They had like strips where it was just unlicensed weed sellers just outside trapping.
Hey, what's
but you lived out there when it was like you have half a joint and you're going to Rikers.
Oh yeah. You were like scared to smoke weed back in the day. We would ride all the way from Union Square to the Brooklyn Banks just to smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
That's like unheard, like impossible to imagine. That sounds so crazy to me now. But what is sprayed za? Everybody talking about the sprayed weed. I guess there's a lot of problems with sprayed weed.
Basically, yeah.
It's infused. It ain't sprayed. Like some people are spraying and they're cheap as hell, but they're infusing weed.
Infusing
It's
it?
like an infused box. Like you put the weed. I don't want to tell the game.
No, but this is out there. People know some, but Trap Lord Ross said London strip clubs are trash.
Yeah,
LA
he said he's coming out in October.
And if he said LA 6, because honestly, LA strip clubs are not all
Trash.
that. Yeah, at all.
Meet us at the A, Trap.
You don't like Crazy Girls?
There's a few ones that is cool.
hate
Deja
Crazy
Vu is cool. Sam's is all right. You feel me? Like, but really, to me, like Atlanta, Miami. These are really Miami is my favorite strip clubs.
Maybe in the A,
Tampa.
Trap, and we could go to MIA. Hey, the Atlanta trip's gonna be epic.
You never been to Tootsie's before in Miami?
No. I've only been to 11.
You never been to Tootsie's?
You got any issues in Atlanta? Because I heard some shit.
I got issues everywhere.
I heard some shit that made me be like, do I want to be walking around with Bricc Baby out there? I don't know.
You walk with me in LA, you'll be all right in Atlanta.
I'm not really like walking many places with you in LA so
You've
much
walked.
as we could be in a car together.
We've walked all through Paramount.
There you go.
Yeah, but we were being protected by the god himself, Swifty Blue.
We're also we're always protected by God. We'll be all right.
But to answer your previous question, essentially, you could take like a mid pack, infuse it with terpenes and shit, terpenes,
Yeah, with terps.
yeah, and all of a sudden you got that za.
Yeah,
Oh,
got a
so you're
different
actually
smell to it.
So it will get you higher.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
considered to be like a low quality way to get the weed to be better.
It makes it look and smell. It gives it the nose.
It gives it the nose.
It gives it the nose.
You can have some good looking purple weed and infuse it, and then it smells like this crazy shit, but then it's gonna smoke like whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It might put a little extra on it. It gives you a headache.
It just gives it a better look.
It's
What did you
it's
hear
fucking the
about
weed
me in
game
the
up.
A though? That made you say,
We'll talk about it after.
oh, it's one of those.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna fucking air it out on
Yeah,
here.
no, yeah. Hey,
Hey,
I just want to know who's.
Remo was talking to somebody about us potentially doing conflict out there, content out there. Conflict. Little slip of the tongue there, God damn it.
Freudian.
What the fuck? And he mentioned, then like, yeah, Adam and Bricc are thinking of coming out and do interviews, and I guess that was kind of the end of the conversation, or the person got a little weird.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I might have did something to him.
Well,
before.
that's kind of what I assume, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be all right. He ain't did nothing to me yet.
We'll find out.
You bitch.
I put a brick to your face, but what you gonna do with it?
Brickzilla. Wait, what the fuck were we just talking about? I feel like I was trying to...
He'll
Terpenes.
spend one day.
The sprayed za, and then, okay. I forget what else. There was something else.
Brick in the A.
Bricc in the A. I don't know. I was talking about something, but whatever. I did want to talk about this. I declared this today on my Snapchat. I would like everybody out there to go follow Adam22Ho, H-O-E, after Adam22 on Snapchat. I'm doing it big on Snapchat again. But basically, I have declared a moratorium on clapping at my ops. Now, when I talk about ops, I'm talking about one very specific umbrella. I've decided that the situation looks so dire when it comes to what's going on with some of the other side that I've decided I am going to be withholding all commentary for the time being. I want to have one of those signs that says like, we've gone one day without dissing the ops, and then I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip the number every day. This is at least a goal for myself because I feel like
You should put no op bashing on the floor.
I heard a one-footed man the other day saying that I get views
Give it a.
from talking about them, which is blatantly not true. Because if you look at the episodes in which I do talk about them, it's like that is not the effect at all. Whereas for them, they really kind of need to talk about me. So I'm going to basically try to be the bigger man and do the right thing and do the thing that I think will be the best in the long run. And I am officially taking a vow of not talking about redacted.
Now you.
Well,
just
I'll tell you what. I had a very difficult time when I was a no jumper hop and I was making content. Had a very difficult time getting views.
Oh, it's tough to get off of that. Yeah. It's tough to get off of that because once you get going with it, it's kind of like at least one thing they really, really
He's
like.
a reformed Gilligan. You're a reformed Gilligan.
I don't want to add a qualitative judgment to where Lush was at that point in his life. I myself failed at making the Flush nickname
The
stick.
Flush didn't stick.
Flush one is crazy.
I
Flush got played.
I suck at doing nicknames because I always forget, and then I just keep calling. Like Donald Trump remembers every fucking time he says their name.
Lil Pimp.
Oh my god! Well, that wasn't even intentional, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. Right. I'm not discounting that. I'll actually rather like speak on the state of the Joe Budden thing as well. People today.
Did y'all have any encounters out there or
No.
okay?
I saw them plotting on me a little bit on their show. They're like, he's out here right now. What are you going to do, Joe?
No ops outside. They wasn't outside?
No, I don't think
He
they.
was at his favorite strip club. He wasn't there?
I mean, he can't go every night, right?
Did you? So there's an update though on how you feel about it, or
It's not really an update. It's just kind of like, I have one thing that I wish that I want to apologize for, which is that I would just like to acknowledge, and I was watching a clip of myself on Danny from the Stops podcast, and I think he was asking me about like kind of how me and Joe ended up on bad terms. And I listed off a series of different events and stuff, but I feel like there's one thing that I still have a degree of guilt about, which is basically I allowed our platform to be used in what I now consider to be a relatively irresponsible manner. When they posted about this Joe Budden stuff, I didn't take the time to really like do an analysis to see if I thought that it was appropriate or not to be posted. And then when he hit me up, I was kind of callous to him in how I responded to him. And when I was kind of like replaying the events in my mind, I do feel bad about that. And I would just like to acknowledge that as much as I still have anger towards, the nickname still stands, Sleepy Joe Budden, I do have, resentment about how things went down when he basically had me on his radio show or whatever. But I do have to acknowledge my own complicity in it, which is basically, I don't like the way that I handled that when that shit was posted about him on the social media. So I would like to apologize to Joe Budden for that, despite the state of affairs. I do look back on that time regretfully, and I wish that I had been a little bit more considerate of
I've always fucked with Joe, and he's always been a huge supporter of battle rap and always said positive shit about me. So I would, if you and him wind up transcending whatever y'all got going on, that'd be dope. But you feel me?
Right. I mean, because when Danny was interviewing me, Danny did say like, basically like, do you think that you and Joe are going to ever get back to a better place? My response was basically like, well, if he's been mad at Vlad for some stupid shit for like 15 years, then I don't really know what's going to get us back to a better place. And I was talking more tactically in that clip in terms of like, what is going to get us to that point? I don't really know what's going to get us to that point, but at least on my end, I do need, in order to be honest with myself, I need to acknowledge that I don't like the way that I handled that. So,
but you and Ak was at each other and then got past it. You feel me, on multiple occasions. So like,
that's true.
And I don't feel like any like bridges have been burnt to
Joe's
the
a
point
little
where
bit more stubborn.
he is stubborn for sure.
It definitely is. Ak is more open to discussing shit. Joe's whole persona is a little bit more stubborn. It's probably why you carrying the beef, how you doing it. But at the end of the day, what did you post about him? Because all is fair in war.
it wasn't me, and we weren't at war at this time. At this time, we were supposed to be on good terms. I think this was after I appeared on his show. Oh wait, no, was it? I can't remember.
Well, your appearance on his show and like kind of feeling like you got ganged up on and like low key lined up to a degree. Is that kind of what set it off? That was always my interpretation of it. Like you kind of started looking at him differently from that point.
The big events that I focused on was the fact that when I went on his show, I was perceived as doing very well in that debate. And then after that, I felt Joe was resentful about the fact that I did a little bit of a victory lap, whatever. And then there was the time when he had me on his radio show and basically used it as an opportunity to shit on me when I was already in kind of a bad spot PR wise. So whatever. All I'm saying is about the other thing, the no jumper post. It was a post about, you know, some DV shit in regards to like his past relationship, but we're talking about something from like 10 years ago. This is not, or probably longer than that. You know, I just wanted to, I'm not like trying to like, you know, wave the white flag fully because our shit relates to other shit aside from that, But I just needed to acknowledge from
That's
my own
accountability.
a little bit of accountability.
That's
Even if I
growth
added
right
a whole
there.
shit of different stipulations to it.
Now, okay, speaking of stipulations, back to the no op talk thing. If other people continue getting at you, is that truce, I want to say? I don't know what you want to call it.
I'm not even thinking of like a truce. I'm just thinking like I will do my mocking privately because I don't really feel the need to make that a segment of my content on a consistent basis. Like I just did Danny from the Stops podcast and basically aired out everything I had to say. And I see what's happening with the dynamic where it's like, it does nothing for us to talk about them at this point, and it's clearly like the thing that gets them views, even though it does kind of seem like they're resisting it from time to time, but it's very, very hard for them to resist because it's really kind of like the main thing that their fans want to hear them talk about. But I personally, I'm hanging up the sign. We are one day of no beefing with Redacted.
Yeah.
No accidents in aisle 5.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to fucking respond if they say some crazy shit, but it seems like they've also basically like ran out of shit to say about me too. So I'm not really sure where it would go from there, but that's just
I like it.
trying to focus on bigger things, and especially because it's like even the going back and forth with Joe Budden thing. It's not like it's some big driver of views for us or them, and like the other thing is a non-existent driver of views for us at this point. Like nobody gives a fuck. I compare it to the Joe Budden / Rory and Mal thing. They've been sending shots. Danny from the Stop has documented every goddamn thing that has taken place between them over the last like 6 months. And I don't think, or longer than that, the last couple of years, none of that shit rises to the point of like really captivating the culture, right? It's basically just like people were obsessed with what was going on early on, and then as time goes by, nobody gives a fuck. We all know that you guys don't like each other. If nothing new is getting brought to the table, then what the fuck is going on, right?
Essentially, it becomes like some Shade Room, Real Housewives of YouTube type, like played out repetitive bullshit on all ends. It's just like, you feel me? Like that's how I look at it. Like,
yeah, at a certain point, it just becomes boring. And like my perception of the Rory and Mal versus Joe thing is just like, I wish you guys would just leave this the fuck alone. Nobody cares anymore. So I'm gonna hold myself to the same standard and say, you know what? I am bored with hearing about this, and I think that people are pretty bored with it too. So I'm just gonna take it upon myself to just say that I'm backing out.
Okay.
So whatever.
I like the little jokes.
Is this?
Hey, jokes are fun, but I just need to be a little bit more like I need to be a little bit more Drake with the jokes, like a little bit more like say some shit that only a handful of people will understand, and not just be like making the big obvious diss.
You know who did you know what? Well, you know who, but let's keep that between me and you type shit. Like they don't,
that way. Yeah. Damn. So we are like an hour and 20 minutes into this. What the fuck have we talked about? I know we talked about sex and shit for like a huge percentage of the beginning of it. How did you guys feel about that big 3 conversation that has been going on? Because I really kind of initiated it. And from my perspective, this is the funny thing about it, is that like, when I said the big 3 thing, I was clearly talking about the size of the platforms, because I've acknowledged the whole time that Ak and Joe Budden clearly are like the hot take guys. Like they're the guys who go viral for their takes on what's going on in hip hop all the time. Me and Vlad less so. And I've never like really said anything to, deny that.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I say, oh, there's a big 3, and I'm clearly talking about the size of the platforms and the view counts, which is what Joe fucking started the conversation to be about by dissing our view counts or whatever. As soon as we like get to the conversation about it, when they start talking about it, they're talking about who has the best hot takes. I don't know how people are able to so easily move the goalpost right in front of their audience and not acknowledge that that's what they're doing. But for me personally, I just, whatever. I had a good time with it. I think that the fact that I got Drake's commentary on it was pretty good. Yeah. But I also feel like we've probably done everything that there is to do in terms of this big 3 conversation.
Did y'all watch the fight?
No.
I did.
I was in New York, not paying attention to anything.
I watched the fight at your establishment. It got billed to you also.
Really?
I'm just playing.
Fools was turning up at the No Jumper store. I ain't gonna lie. I popped up with the Castle Doris. You feel me?
You did?
Hell yeah.
You guys were all turning up?
Yeah, we had fun.
Oh, nice.
You feel me?
Were you proud of Ryan?
Shit, I was proud
of
Ryan.
the Rasa?
I was very, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, like at the end of the day, So my analysis is this: I must not know shit about boxing, because from where I was standing, now I understand a few things, right? I understand that Ryan missed his weigh-in. Bro was 3 pounds over. He was hitting the Modelos. You feel me? So it's not like a 1,000% fair fight.
But do you believe that? Because he's now saying that all of the trolling was intentional and planned out in advance. So I kind of feel like him claiming to be drinking so much and shit, maybe that also was fake, right?
Well, he did weigh, right?
Yeah, he did. He was 3 pounds up at weight. You feel me? Like, yeah, after he already knew by that point it's a Riz app. You feel me? He could have done crystal meth and X-Lax in the bathroom and shit his damn fucking entire from his esophagus down out. Wouldn't have lost that weight. You feel me? Like, hey, unless he given birth. You feel me? So at that point, obviously, it's already all bad. For I mean, it's not 100% fair. Now, both of them.
How is it not 100% fair?
Well, like it's according to the standards of boxing, all right. Like if you're not in the same weight class, that's why it wasn't. That's why he wasn't able to win the championship belt, because you feel me.
Oh, like, so he didn't win it during that.
He wasn't able to. Now Haney, I believe, lost the belt. Ooh. Now it's like on some up for grab shit, I believe, or it was like X'd out because that fool Ryan missed weighing. So let's take that away from it, okay? That's irrelevant. We just looking at a squabble.
I thought he just lost money. That's crazy.
No. That and I'm not, granted, I'm not a boxing connoisseur. I'm a regular dude, right? But I know what it looks like when someone's getting their ass beat. You feel me? Like, don't take a motherfucking historian of the nuances of the sweet science to be able to break down who the fuck is getting their ass beat in a fade.
You thought Devin Haney won?
No, I thought he got his fucking ass rocked by a bro. Spent half the fucking fight sniffing Ryan's balls. Now Haney got a gnarly ass case of CTE, bro. I don't know what's going on, but bro feels no pain. He is like, he's eating punches like, bro.
No, he was not eating those punches.
Yes, he was,
bro. His legs was telling on him the whole time.
Okay,
his legs was drunk.
That's what happened.
Did you see the rest of?
That's what happened to me versus Almighty, round? And that's when Almighty was saying, you feel me? Oh, Lush was flopping. No, you were really. It was my legs gave way. You hit me, and I fucking fell down.
Right.
It wasn't me intentionally falling down. So,
but how's your ground game? You ever take a jiu-jitsu class?
I did. I took a jiu-jitsu class a couple times. So I was like, it's a lot of male and like a lot of contact.
I've watched enough UFC that I feel like I'm capable of a whole variety of submissions. So I feel like I could easily pull off an armbar on somebody having trained jiu-jitsu like 15 times in my life.
There you go. And it's clearly more effective.
It looks easy when you watch them do it.
You see
right?
yourself straddling a man mid-fight.
It's not a gay thing.
And here's the thing:
not.
You can't get a boner when you're like sweating your ass off like that.
But it like you could definitely feel like dick and balls against you.
Yeah. And if you're not careful, you might pop a ball. That's why you got to rock a cup and shit.
I'm rocking a cup if I do that shit. 1,000%.
Yeah, for sure. A shoulder to the balls could be critical.
I don't do jiu-jitsu anymore specifically because of the porn thing. Because when I was doing jujitsu, I got in like the 8 months that I was doing it, or 6 months or whatever it was, like I got probably like 4 staph infections. And I'm not really trying to.
How do you get 4? Aren't you supposed to?
Bang.
Bro, that could like kill you.
I don't know. No, I mean, because I kept taking the fucking antibiotics. So by the end of it, I don't know how fried my immune system was. Probably not your immune system, but either way, like I just don't feel like I can take the risk of having to cancel porn shoots because I'm rolling around with dudes.
4 staph infections, 1 fucking vaccine away from Down syndrome. You feel me?
One of the times, it was like during a period of my life where I was also doing a bunch of coke, and I ended up getting the staph infection inside my fucking nose.
I mean, yeah, but so
that was unpleasant.
To be fair, like a staph infection is something that you wind up getting as an additional infection while normally in hospital care. So like that's like really what a staph infection is. You feel me? Like, so, but that's crazy.
I thought it came from jail. Shit.
Why, you got in there a bunch?
It is prevalent.
I got in jail one time. I think I had a boil. And it was like a boil on my leg, and that shit, they had to drain it and shit. And everybody was like, that's staph.
It's like an abscess.
And I'm like, that probably is staph.
It's so gross. Like it starts as like the tiniest little zit, and you think it's no big deal, and then like by the end of the day, it's like hard. It's the size of a quarter, and then the next day, it's like twice as big. You're like, oh no.
I'll do surgery on myself. I'm the type of dude. I'm popping that motherfucker and putting rubbing alcohol. For sure, that's what I'm doing.
But all you have to do is get antibiotics.
Yeah, for sure.
But just lancing it yourself,
Yeah.
lancing it yourself is not going to get rid of the fact that you have this infection inside your body, right?
If you have an
squeeze the core
infection,
out.
yeah, correct. Yeah, you got to really.
It's like a slug at the end of it.
At first you get the fluid out, and then it's like this like booger, right?
it's
Yeah,
a booger
like
that comes
Then you
out.
put the fluid on the grill. I saw him while I was out there.
Sure.
Yeah. That was crazy. Red Hook, that his
Right.
his
Changed
bodega
it a lot, right?
is the most nondescript thing you ever seen in your life. It's just like a door with like fucking a bunch of Arizona iced tea posters all outside of it or whatever. Across the street, the most brick projects you have ever seen in your entire life. It looks like about 50,000 fucking people live in these projects across the street. And then you walk across the street and you have this famous fucking bodega chef just posted out. But like, wouldn't
All
you
the
think?
best food is in the hood.
But if I
Facts.
own that shit, I would have a huge sign outside that said "Shore, Shore," the home of the Shore guy. Like,
I don't think he wants additional traffic.
Fuck
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like they need it. That
Yeah.
place is busting at
That's
all
what I'm
times.
saying.
I'm
But,
a sure guy.
but like my capitalist
wanna rob
brain
me.
says, if you have something very, very popular going on here, you promote it, and they don't.
No, he's
apparently they
doing
don't
like
need
a
to do that.
Playboy Cardi. He's sustaining
Yeah.
an aura of mystique and authenticity, especially since a lot of people be like, I've heard a lot of New Yorkers be like, yo, we don't be eating it like that, B. You
said-
feel me?
Oh,
Like,
for sure they're not
He's
eating it like that.
authentic.
yeah,
Playboy Cardi is.
he's like, he's preserving his authenticity.
But you know who we're talking
So
about?
Playboy Cardi is also.
I-
But we'll talk about that later.
He's full on gay.
No. What I said about Cardi is he's preserving his mystique. You feel me? Like,
okay.
and for purposes in this case of authenticity, I know nothing about what we finna talk about when we finna talk about it. You feel me?
I wish Lefty Gunplay was like 15% more Playboy Cardi. I feel like he needs a little bit more mystique.
Oh,
he's just,
my God.
He's just doing too many podcasts. I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I feel like Lefty needs a little bit more mystery. He can't. He's just given too much
His
too
whole
fast.
But it's weird because that's also what's endearing about him, right? Like we
guess.
fuck with that because of how there's no filter.
Him and Conrad kind of bump heads at the concert.
How was that?
Yeah.
Main character syndrome.
Both of them.
No. Lefty fucking in
Conrad
the middle
from
of
the Habs?
Conrad doing the Adventures Limitless.
I'm gonna keep it thumped,
Yeah,
but
all right,
yeah.
bam. Adventures and Limitless. Lefty walked into the front of the stage and was like dapping people's hands and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
While
performing.
Conrad was performing?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's like all the fans was like, but they just was talking like it's concert etiquette, like it's like stage etiquette that you don't go in front of.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
performer,
That's a
for
thing.
sure.
Definitely, yeah.
No, rappers used to
That nigga
fight over
Lefty
that
said,
kind of shit.
Fuck that. That's my favorite song. No, that shit's a banger.
Yeah, to
fool.
be honest, that's the cold part is
He fell in the crowd and all that shit.
when he was on my podcast like months ago. You feel me? Like I'm saying, like he had 13,000 followers. Well, yeah, so he was not.
Are you saying you pioneered this shit?
No, but I was one of his earliest interviews,
All right.
and on the interview that Adam said that he watched. You feel me? And got him.
did.
So yeah, but no, I was definitely early on the Lefty wave. You feel me? Over with Mad Deep and all that. And the thing is, this he was on the pod talking about, yo, I love that song, Adventurous, and you Vintage, whatever it's called. Yeah, but by Comrade. I'm like, you mean by Comrade? Like he's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, yeah, that's the joint. That was because when he was locked up, whether he knew it or not, like in the streets,
That
you
was
couldn't
the
go
hottest song.
anywhere
That was the
without
hottest
hearing
song.
it.
Yeah,
like
for
you feel me,
sure.
Vintage.
I don't even know. I gotta look up this.
Yeah, I'm for where you
got a
gotta keep
video?
it thump.
Yeah.
That was a huge.
You better
You've
get
heard
this
that
shit
record.
get bumped up.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was played at a No Jumper live show because is that?
It was hot.
It was such a
hot.
fucking like
Vintage and adventurous.
Yeah,
vintage and adventurous.
Okay.
Which is a crazy title. That's
I
the
think I
first
have
thing he
seen that.
says.
Yeah.
And you for sure have heard the record. I'm pretty sure he's been interviewed on this
Yeah,
platform
yeah.
before. Yeah, no, that song, and it's crazy
I be
because
with him every day and fuck up the title of the song.
yeah, it's impossible to remember. It's where you got to keep it thumper.
That's
but,
the name
but
of the
back in the
song.
day in LA, like he had a whole different before he had changed his name to Comrade from the Avs. He had a whole other rap name before that and shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he was already super cracking.
Yeah, it was
like,
already cracking.
Yeah, like
All
that.
that
That song
stupid
came,
turned up and all that.
that song
shit.
came way later in his trajectory, but it
Yeah.
was like just a random hit out the cut that
Yeah.
you feel me? Kind of the same way Zoe Osama underrated was last year type shit. Like
Wait, but was he making moves before that? You're saying?
yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
got millions.
That was the first
he
song I
got
heard of him, was
millions
that
of
song.
views before that shit.
You probably heard him, but like didn't know. type shit.
Hispanics love Conrad, and Pac-Man.
Yeah.
The right side fucks with them heavy. We fuck with them heavy, but like even when we was in the county together, like all the blacks would be right there, and nigga when the essay see him like, that's Conrad, fool.
Yeah.
Like hit that super turned up, fool. Like they want to hear that shit on the tier.
And that fool Pac-Man is signed to OTR.
Yeah.
He signed to OTR Records.
Oh,
so
shit.
you feel me? Like, yeah.
is, yeah.
It's like, you feel me? It's love.
Yeah, I got a question. What were your thoughts on the video that I believe is probably still on WAC 100's Instagram of Spider Loke getting into a brawl in the streets?
I don't think it's still there.
He took it down? Well, for sure you could find it on YouTube, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I would watch it right now if I thought that we would not get age restricted on this video. But basically, there's a video of Spider Loke having a good old fashioned fade.
Yeah.
Probably not a friendly fade. Probably a unfriendly fade, right? Was it friendly?
It was a friendly fade.
It was friendly enough to get filmed.
And you were showing me a hoodie out here that was, I guess, for the guy that he was fighting with.
Yeah.
But it's a Spider Loke and Munchie B hoodie.
Yeah.
And it has the dude that he was fighting. He was fighting his manager.
I guess.
What do you know about the situation?
I mean, I only know what the internet knows. I only know that they got to a fight inside the Imperial Courts, and
That's where that was?
yeah, they was in a PJ. You've been there before, haven't
I
you?
have a couple times, yeah.
Yeah. So they were in there. It got into a little scuffle.
Let's see if we can go straight to the
The
source.
SBI.
This is the man himself.
Yeah.
My man, we are live right now, and we were just having some words about the video of the squabble from over the weekend. Would you be kind enough to inform us about what took place in that video?
Yeah, man. On my way to that location with one of my homies from my hood, I was illegally armed. I had a slight conversation with him, taking responsibility for that myself, let him know if the police get behind us. I'm going to need you to not pull right over, homie. Hit a couple corners, let me do my thing. For sure. I say that to say I was not trying to make anyone else claim responsibility for my thing. However, when I got to the project, finna jump out, I tell the homie, I'm like, hey, you going to hold this for me? I got to hold it. And that started a miscommunication because he wasn't willing. So I informed him that I no longer needed him to stay with me. He could leave. I'll be all right over here. He said something I didn't like, and the fight actually started in the car. Y'all saw an overflow of something that was already really over because I really didn't have no business fighting my homie in the projects. And yeah, that's about what it was.
Would this be considered a friendly fade?
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Or was it an unfriendly fade?
It's a friendly fade. It's my homeboy from my hood.
It's a friendly fade, even though you were mad at each other because you kind of assumed the whole time that you were going to be back cool by the end of it.
Dudes that's friends.
See, friendly fade is a term that's gotten like the internet does it to a lot of our terms. So it's no such thing as a friendly fade. When you fighting, you're trying to kick somebody's ass, but it's only a friendly fade because there's an already foregone understanding that a squabble ain't gonna come between our relationship. That's why it's friendly, but the fight is never friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fight hard.
But
Fight hard. I wasn't fighting hard because I was fighting in an environment where we should not be fighting for no audience of a whole group of other people. So neither of us is really fighting hard.
Okay.
For sure.
Respect.
For sure. Because
Yes,
you
sir.
already in somebody else's territory.
Neighborhood to neighborhood,
But you already know, guy.
Okay. Well, thank you for the clarification, and yeah, keep squabbling the good squabble.
Salute to the squad, man. I got you, Deuce.
Much love, G.
That's right, Spy.
You don't like that? Squabbling the good squabble instead of fighting the good fight?
That's
That's kind of funny, right?
I think, it's well done.
Squabble, the good
Well
squabble.
done. But not,
Squabble is just a funny fucking word.
Yeah. 607 makes me not want to say squabble anymore.
Really?
He said squabble, it sounds like it's
Zesty?
a term for doing some other shit.
I mean, almost everything sounds zesty coming out of his mouth. Pause.
I never heard squabble in that context. Yeah.
I've never heard it, but he was making jokes, and I'm like, every time somebody says squabble, I'll be like,
Hey, but I might want to squabble the pussy now that I done even like put it in that kind. You feel me? Like,
Squabble it
I'm
from the
finna-
back.
I'm finna squabble her from behind.
Yeah,
feel
anytime
me?
you say like hit or fight or anything, you just replace it with
There
squabble.
you go. There you go.
I like
I
that.
done squabbled a few bitches.
The UFC is being renamed to the United
because-
Squabbling Champions.
Would you squabble a stud?
No.
You squabble Hellcat?
That's hitting the woman. That's not something I
You
want
and
to
Hellcat
do.
fighting? I might not be able to tell which one is which. You guys got a similar swag, bro.
Listen, I'm not fighting no female
Yeah.
at all. I'm not fighting you. Like, it's not fair.
I got homegirls though. You feel me? That are
There's
like.
certain ones that think that they're the shit, but like those thick ass bitches with the CCLs, cuz the bitches with the CCL, boy, you be in there squabbling, trying to keep that leg up while you.
Bro, what about Hellcat just
angry.
going viral today for just having hoes?
Hey, that's lit.
Yeah.
That's crazy because we all had that impression at one point or another with Hellcat. Just like, oh, damn, that's who you keep around? Like, damn.
I'm not
You're
gonna lie.
doing
Like
good.
my lesbian. Like if I was single, I'd be kicking it with my lesbian homegirls. You feel me? Because they pull more bitches than damn near anybody. I swear to God.
But
like,
the bitches, don't they like get discredited once they fuck you? Like, bitch, you can't come around. You're not like with this.
I'm not
shit.
saying I'm fucking my lesbian homegirls. Like I got.
No, I'm talking about the girls that they pull. Like, if your lesbian homegirl pulls some bitches and then they like get down with a dude, isn't that like,
they might lose a little credibility in their scene. You feel me?
Yeah.
But they could like. I feel like bitches are so open minded and progressive nowadays. Like it really ain't no thing for 90% of hoes. Like young MA, it can knock a lot of people's bitch. Like,
Okay.
every
you know what
one
I
of
mean?
my stud homegirls?
You see what I'm saying?
Like,
Like-
that I fuck, she's mad at
Let
me.
me put it like this. There's an extremely hot porn star girl that I've shot with in the past, and I was looking at her on the gram for months, finally get to shoot with her, and like we do the interview, and the interview, she seems like she's like a heterosexual woman, but then talking off camera, I start to realize she's a full-blown lesbian. She would never fuck a dude in real life. She
Yeah.
only does this shit in porn. And so in my head,
But that's
it's like
an excuse. You still getting your rocks off.
right, but in her private life, she dates women.
Yeah,
In porn,
easier.
she's able to fuck dudes. My question is like, are you really telling me that all these other lesbians couldn't enjoy a dick? Like they're fucking themselves with fake penises. You're telling me that they couldn't enjoy the real thing. It's like hard for me to imagine that that's real.
Well, a lot. There's several lesbians that like used to like that have kids or used to fuck with dudes, and at a certain
Yeah.
point they're like, you know what?
Right.
Dudes ain't shit. You feel me?
that's what it is. It's more about
like,
that.
There's
It's
a lot
more
of
about hating men.
There's a lot of that
that's what
going
I'm
on,
When
you
the
feel
pretty
me?
girl
Like-
goes that way, it's like we did her dirty.
If she's straight enough to be willing to do pornographic scenes with your ass, you feel me?
But the thing is that she's a full-blown lesbian. I know, actually, I can think of a bunch of
Can't
chicks.
say full blown and she takes dick for work.
Okay, but
Exactly.
it's different.
It's not. It's like,
but it's like
Exactly.
he's fucking straight as fuck, but he gets fucked for OnlyFans.
okay,
like,
that I totally agree. That's
Yeah.
way
But
different.
that's the same thing.
I see where you're coming
That's,
from now.
that's the exact equivalent.
If we knew a dude and he only fucked men on OnlyFans, but in his day-to-day life he had a beautiful girlfriend, they got a happy relationship,
Yeah.
it would be very hard to be like, yeah, he's straight.
What's his excuse? Oh, it's just skin. You know what I mean? I don't really mean
But
it.
but what you're describing though, that guy probably could make like a crazy ass amount of money on OnlyFans just if the public knew that he didn't really want to be fucking guys on OnlyFans.
but
Because those gay dudes love that. That's
like-
their whole thing.
they want to turn a motherfucker out type
Yes,
shit.
exactly. They want to see a straight dude get fucked. They love that.
Yo,
I'm
Right.
just saying.
Have you ever fucked with a chick that used to be like in a
Yo.
lesbian relationship? Ever fucked with a chick where it been like
Yeah.
2 or 3 years since she's or more since she had some dick and you're the first one?
Or like a chick
Man,
who,
she treat that shit like it's motherfucking
What?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
What?
Come
no,
on,
a chick
bro,
who's like
My wife.
bisexual, but they lean more towards the girl side of things.
Yeah.
So they might be like 80-20 in the spliff, and you're the fucking 20. and so you're like, she's fucking you, but it's almost like she's kind of like laughing at you, like, you know, I don't really do this. Like, this is like, well, I'm doing this tonight, but this is not me.
It's not me.
This is not really what I would normally do. That's a
Yeah.
good feeling.
laugh your way to the money shop, baby. You
Because
feel
I'm
me?
just here
Like,
for a good time too. So,
Yeah,
you know, we
yeah,
have a lot in common.
we
Go
here
back
for a
on
good
to what
time,
the
not a
fuck
long
you're
time.
go back to what you do
Yeah.
for your day job after this.
On the
please.
dead looks.
That-
What else we got going on? What we have topics. I want to.
There's a few.
Oh yeah, I wanted to
topics we
talk
had.
about this.
We've been
So
looking at this ticker.
at least one thing. Yeah, we still got Big Tigger up on the big screen. I wonder where he's at right now. I'd actually love to talk to him. But either way, One of the things that has been said repeatedly in the conversation about the big three from our supporters and our detractors. And by the way, even the people who take us out of the big three, No Jumper as a whole, it seems like they're still willing to concede like big four or big five, which I don't really give a fuck. I'm not like super into this.
That's why you're the one that started the three.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm the one who started this conversation though, because I'm forcing everybody to like basically do their analysis of No Jumper and decide like what we are and where we fit in. And I'm like,
man, we MTV.
We've gotten 94. A shitload of like free media as a result of people discussing this, which ultimately is really my concern in general, is like, let's be part of the conversation. But anyway, one of the big concerns or criticisms I see people say is like, yes, No Jumper may be very big. Yes, No Jumper may get a shitload of views, but a huge percentage of those views, and probably I would say that they are inflating the percentage, but a large percentage of those views come from the bullshit, the hoes, the craziness, the near brawls that occur on stream or whatever.
That's what we do.
So what?
Which, I'm totally happy to get those views, whatever way that we can. But, and I would say the same fucking thing about the Joe Budden podcast, for example, is that like a lot of the views, a lot of the things that people enjoy on it are the hosts fucking screaming at each other about things that really ultimately don't have anything to do with hip hop. I think that that's actually something that's pretty common. Plenty of academics' biggest like content arcs have been beefs that really ultimately didn't have anything to do with hip hop. Like, besides that, it was taking place with other people in the hip hop community.
Not fucking our bitches.
This time,
me breaking down, me breaking down Big L's Lifestyle of the Poor and Dangerous album and all the lyrical nuances for 3 hours would not generate that same amount of views.
Right, but I do want to have the conversation about like what do we need to work on, and this is something I would be happy to see comments about, not so much the chat because we're not really paying as much attention to the chat at this moment, but in the comments I'd like to know what can help No Jumper to rise up in the ranks of the actual hip hop discussion. What do we need? I think Lush being added to the show is a good addition because he has a lot to add about that. I
can conversate with anybody in the world about that.
I agree. And you pay a huge amount of attention to hip hop, so I think that you just being involved is a very good thing.
Regions, areas, all that.
But I would love to hear in the comments, what do people think that we need to work on? Because I'm not okay with just being top three in terms of the size of the platform. I want us to move as much as we can in the direction of having the best hip hop analysis as well, especially at a time like this where this is so crucial to the ongoing conversation. So I am open to ideas in that regard.
Think about Fire the Cribs. Think about like what made No Jumper first crack off, right? It was you interviewing underground artists. You feel me? Like you interviewing fools that only a niche audience had heard of before and exposing them to a larger audience, being eventually a coveted plateau. Then you wound up, tapping in with all the LA artists and everybody from around here. So, and it just started to be like, take on this whole life of its own. Now, what are you doing? Interviewing Skrilla, over 100K views on Skrilla. We've been talking about Skrilla, one of the hottest underground artists. Motherfuckers wasn't really analyzing him to a degree like that. Right. This is the first big platform he's graced. Besides On the Radar freestyle, which I will say, On the Radar freestyle go crazy.
Right.
Like,
he had a bunch of the freestyle platforms for sure. Right. But in general, like I would say that is something that when we talk about the size of the platforms that we don't necessarily talk about that much, is that Academics' gig is mostly just talking about the biggest stories or events that are going on in hip hop. Quite often that's being with like the big stars. Joe Budden, because of his pedigree as a rapper and everything, has relationships with Nicki Minaj. He has the respect to get an interview with Stephen A. Smith, etc. They get a lot of the biggest rappers who come through and fuck with them. No Jumper, you might look at it and say, oh, they only get, 27 million views a month or whatever. Those views are, we have to fight fucking hard for those when you consider that we basically, like, the vast majority of the people on this platform are not like mainstream names in hip hop. We deal with the fucking the gang members, the drill rappers, the underground rappers, etc. to an extent that nobody else does.
All the people that say Nate.
The size of the platform being as huge as it is to me extra impressive because of the fact that we do very much like speak for artists that would have no place on any other like large hip hop outlet. If No Jumper didn't exist, there would probably have to be another no jumper
It
in
would
terms
create
of like
a huge vacuum in the game.
I think
for
that
sure.
somebody else would rise to the occasion of really
Or
like having those
multiple-
conversations with smaller artists.
It would either be that or just multiple platforms fighting for that, which would then like fracture the audience and people really wouldn't be able to covet like this accolade of getting on this platform. Because there's rappers that fool's been rapping 10, 15 years, can't get on, can't shake your hand type shit or come in this building type shit. You
Well,
feel
like,
me? That's
even
been-
think about it, like if you were to like narrow the scope of this conversation to like the streets,
yeah.
I mean, who else is like even attempting to do what we do for the most part? Like you can look at like specific regional type things, like the DJU obviously kind of like runs Chicago in terms of interviews. If you want to go to
Thizzler in the Bay.
yeah, if you want to go to New York, you know, there's like platforms out there that really focus on their shit. But I would say that No Jumper does the best job of providing like an overall analysis of all the different street scenes in different countries and everything. And if anything, I'm really trying to get more into the fray and
wherever there's a gang, Adam's trying to hang.
Hey, and you don't even need to listen. I would love if there was like a really cracking conscious rap scene. You don't think if there was some crazy conscious rap scene, if Odd Future was coming out right now, you don't think that we would all be like really, really trying to fuck with every single member of Odd Future?
But there is like certain little things popping up, and there's certain artists that are popping up that are potentially going to be huge,
right?
That aren't pushing necessarily like a gang banging, dope dealing line.
I would love to tap in all
that
that
fruity beer stinks.
No, that shit is fire.
You
fool.
can smell the mango michelada from all
That
the way
shit
over
is
there.
fire, fool. What the fuck?
That's it.
Ask your hind
It
about this
it
right
smells
here.
like a mango snapper with a beer.
This shit is. This shit is delicious.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like
Cause like look at like Caribou, people like that. You feel me?
Caribou's
Like
dope.
she's raw as fuck.
I've
You
been
feel
trying to
me?
get
Like,
her since day one.
and she's not talking like she might allude to like little things here and there, but she's more like she's not like banging on fools like that. You feel me? Like,
She's a girl, but she's.
but I'm saying that's an alternative to the norm of like.
Not a gang
I don't
member.
think that's conscious rap. That's
It's not
definitely
conscious.
that's definitely
but she
shit
has
show rap.
she has
That's
a lot
drug,
of
dope head.
introspective shit too, where she talks about her life and struggles, like, and will splice it in with like, you feel me, like I'm doing perks.
Yeah,
Like the real conversation is like, why is it almost impossible for us to imagine an up and coming, thriving, positive, artistic, etc. like rap scene? Like, I don't know. Like it's happened a lot of times throughout rap history, but when you think about it now, it is kind of hard to. But then you have something like a fucking Brockhampton.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
There's
like
still-
it does exist,
and
but it doesn't usually really appeal to like the part of hip hop that we mostly pay attention to.
us personally, because
Yeah.
like me, like I definitely there's certain conscious artists I love, like and you could like consider like I miss groups like fucking Outkast for the fact that like these fools started their first album, they're selling dope on their first album, they're pimping hoes on their first album, and they evolve with it, and then you get this duality, these two different people. You got Andre, who's, you feel me, like really on some just like deep,
Futuristic,
you feel me, and then you got Big Boy who's still out there pimping, like selling sacks on wax throughout his entire career. So, and the fact that they're on the same song, we don't see that anymore.
But this is the thing: is that let's say Outkast comes out today. They're realistically like not gonna do No Jumper, like unless we are very much going out of our way to like court them from the very beginning, because a group as talented as Outkast that manages to go outside of the norm in hip hop is gonna basically be like courted by the labels and everything, and they're gonna have them doing like weird little corporate looks and shit. Like they're realistically
Tiny desk.
we've like created
Yeah, for sure.
like the vibe is such here that like it's obvious for the street rappers to come fuck with us, and it's not so obvious for those other rappers. But I do feel like, you know, we're trying to like get more tapped in again with the underground and stuff like that. But it is, you know.
So no top 40s. Don't DM us anymore. We don't want you.
But I do.
I would love to interview anyone
know.
who's ever been top 40, because I interview fucking whoever.
They don't DM us. I just was talking
But
shit.
like when I get a Lamar Odom interview, like nobody considers that to be like indicative of what No Jumper is.
That's hard.
And if I got
That is hard.
if I got a different like ex NBA star every month, nobody's
But
gonna give a fuck. It's just
Lamar-
gonna seem like a speed bump in comparison to the flood of like street
Lamar
rappers that we
Odom
do.
is so No Jumper is unreal.
He is.
His story
He
is.
is,
Come
like,
on, bro. He
He's
passed out at the Bunny Ranch. Don't do that.
I used to see that fool
Even though it
at
wasn't the Bunny
the
Ranch,
club the
but
day
it was
before.
one
He
of-
had games popping at pills. Like that fool was vooded up. Like
He said he got drugged at the Bunny Ranch, for the record. He said
he
say
probably
that,
did.
that was not him choosing to take drugs. That was him being drugged.
He could have got Cardi.
It might have been like a first fentanyl case. Like, it wasn't like a fentanyl epidemic at the time.
Hey, can I tell you something real quick that's funny as fuck? So there's a porn star dude that is named Girthmaster. He's from Australia. He's white. He's very tall. Huge cock, obviously. His name is Girthmaster. You could kind of guess what his like primary attribute is, right? So there's a TikTok / Instagram reel that's been going nuts. No, it's just like somebody interviewing him and saying like, how much money do you make per month? And he basically says he makes $60,000 to $80,000 a month, which is like basically unheard of for like male porn stars as far as I know.
Okay.
And so the chick is interviewing him, whatever, and there's been a shitload of viral tweets that have gone off of like people basically being like, I was wondering who this guy was, and then I Googled his name, and holy fuck, I feel bad for any girl that has to get fucked by this dude or whatever. At some point, Cardi B quote tweeted one of those videos and said something about his dick and then deleted it.
Like, what was the statement?
I need to see screenshots of what she said. I don't have the screenshots, but I'm assuming that she tweeted something that maybe Offset would not necessarily approve of, and then she deleted it. But then she tweeted like a weird meme that was like some like a cartoon character getting like bug eyes, like that kind of thing, which we also then assumed was in relationship to Girthmaster.
She ain't never seen no shit like that before.
I know, that's just like so funny to me to think about.
That means
Cardi B Peter gazing.
I'm about to say,
she's out here just looking at cocks on Twitter like the rest of us. That's crazy.
Like the rest of us.
That's why my Twitter is like a version. I don't even know. The new Twitter scares me.
Twitter's giving MySpace nowadays. Like when MySpace like became this like
After dark?
Beyond that, yeah, low key. But when it just became just like full of spam and fucking and potential viruses, and scammers,
These are real viruses.
it's just like it's like some viruses of different varieties.
I wonder if everybody else's Twitter is like mine. Like,
no.
Do you have like if you post a tweet and it does relatively well, will there be a shitload of people responding to it with naked photos of themselves?
It's happened before.
Okay.
Probably not as much as you.
Like literally every tweet I put is just like a row of fucking different.
But it's like Russian robots. A lot of them. Sometimes they're real.
But sometimes I look at it and it's like regular chicks. Sometimes it'll be chicks I know, and they'll just be posting like nudes of themselves.
Self-promotion.
I discovered a girl like that. We fucked a girl on Plug Talk that we found in the Twitter replies.
See, so that kind of like...
She had to be fucking dope for you.
She was dope, but it was like, I mean, now it's become like a totally normalized means of promotion, even though a lot of times you see it and you're like, oh, this is her manager.
It kind of authenticates what I said, but at the same time, like, have you ever been catfished on Plug Talk before?
I mean, there's no women chicks that didn't look as good as they looked on the gram, but not. And sometimes, honestly, like sometimes the personality will be so bad that you'll feel like you're a catfish. Yeah. Because the personality makes you like significantly less attracted to them. So it's like they look like their pictures, but
get fucked and smile. Like,
yeah, but sometimes not even that.
No, I'm talking about like you don't know nothing about them. When you looking them up, you just looking at them like, oh yeah, she bad. Like, oh yeah, she go crazy too. You're not thinking about the personality.
Yeah. Hell no.
But the personality can turn you on or
all
off.
The way off.
Yeah, we've had girls on the show who weren't like mega hot to me, but then the personality was super dope, and you end up just fucking with them as a person, and that helps a lot. You know.
Bricc, you been catfished?
In real life?
Yeah.
Nah.
Never.
What?
Hell nah.
You've never been catfished?
I never started a relationship.
It ain't got to be a relationship. So you never bumped a bitch on the gram and then hit that before?
Yeah, but it's like a bitch that I already knew was rolling.
Okay.
Like, bitch, I already know what you about to do. Like, all that get up on her and then go see her.
It ain't got to be that. But do you know what catfish means? Like,
it's not what you thought it was.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's never happened. I'm not saying like
you know what catfish means.
I'm just saying
it's never happened.
I just can't believe because it's so prevalent.
Oh shit!
I've been catfished.
No, I've been catfished one time in my life.
Okay, wow.
And it's somebody famous little cousin.
What?
But she sent me a picture like a side shot.
Let me get one of those.
It was like a side shot.
So crazy.
And she was like, yeah, you got my number. I'm like, I got your number. I'm looking. I'm like, she ain't bad. But I think she was used to sending out pictures at the time. She was like the selfie queen back then. This is before social media and all that. And I go down to go pick her up. And it's like that girl that hopped out the car on Friday. Like you said, you look like Janet Jackson.
She
Bitch, you look like Freddie Jackson.
Yeah.
And we went to go eat. I still took her to go eat, and then she like, "Yeah, did you ever book the room?" And I'm
So
like,
she was fat.
Hell yeah, I booked the room, but she like, I didn't even tell her. I'm like, hell no, like I was gonna tell you if you ain't gonna pay for it, like I probably ain't gonna get the room. I already got an apartment. It's pointless for me to get a room.
That's when you gotta come with that future. Like I'm good, love. You feel me?
I'm
Like
straight.
I'm good, love. So,
I'm gonna
yeah,
take you
like,
back home. Make sure you get home safe with your family and shit.
I wish you no harm.
You start,
but I ain't gonna squabble the pussy. You feel me? Like, yeah.
You want to know the worst one that I ever had?
Yeah.
I've been talking to this Asian girl on Twitter, and like she came and picked me up, and like the idea was that we were gonna go and get alcohol and then go back to the crib. She was so gross that as soon as I went into the store to get the alcohol, I immediately get on the phone with my friend, and I'm like, okay, I need you to call me in 5 minutes and tell me that you got a DUI or I forget, maybe it was you got in a huge fight, something where I need to bail you out. Yeah. And it worked like a fucking charm because she looked kind of like she looked on Twitter, but like, I don't know, with Asian girls, it's like, it's a vibe thing. Like her vibe was very like rancid and like disgusting, and like her skin was gross and shit. Like I was just expecting her to like be, I don't know.
You got catfish.
The more I talk about this, the more racist it's gonna sound.
Yeah,
but either way, I could not hang out with her for another 5 minutes. There was no fucking way. And so I made up this whole ruse about my friend getting in this big fight and shit, and it actually worked. And I managed to get rid of her.
Got right up.
I got catfish back in the AOL days. I got catfish on AIM by a bitch, and she sent me a picture. You feel me? Looking like this, and it looked like, oh shit, okay.
That was the move back in the day.
That was the angle before. You feel me?
We were powerless to like defeat that. Like we didn't understand what they were doing by taking the photo like this, and having it be so bright that you like it made it so you couldn't really like see their zits and shit.
Right, exactly. That was before filters. Yeah. They doing this on disposable cameras, whatever.
On like the camera on your computer.
Right.
Like
exactly.
The worst resolution. I've
always been a gang member, so like meeting a girl through an app is crazy to me. Like you get what I'm saying? Like because I had homies get killed off the party line, like back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like, just knowing what I know about the party line, like all that MySpace and all that, it's like, all right, cool. I know your name. Like if we bounce out and I see you somewhere, but all that just meeting up, just me and you somewhere, like I always thought it was a setup. So yeah, I don't even I'm not vulnerable enough to get catfish like that. You know what I mean?
The thing is, at the time, I had just moved. I was 19.
You know, I get it.
I just moved to the Bay. I didn't know nobody. Like, you feel me?
Oh, I had nothing to lose.
She wanted hitting me
like
up.
Tinder is crazy. I've always wanted to be on Tinder, and I'm like, I'm scared of Tinder.
You just meet up with them at like a hotel or something.
I know, but it's just like.
Well, here with this bitch, she lived in a whole different city. She lived in Phoenix, Arizona. Wound up flying out. I land them at the airport. I'm walking around.
You flew to her?
She flew me out. I got flued out.
Oh yeah, you should have known it was a problem.
I got flued out.
It was a catfish. Too good to be true.
I'm walking through Sky Harbor Airport to this day I'll never forget. And I'm on the phone. I'm looking like, where you at? She's like, oh, I'm at the terminal right now. I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm wearing a brown sweater. I'm like, brown sweater? Brown sweater? I don't see nobody here with a brown sweater except for this.
Shut the fuck. You really said that?
No, it just got chopped and screwed in my mind. Like, it was
Dude, I
feel like DJ Michael Watts.
Bro, I like you just hit the whip.
She had a couple.
Nah, she was just like significantly larger. She wasn't even like ugly, like
no chin hairs and shit.
No, she didn't have no chin hairs, but she looked like she was built like a chin hair.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The way she was explaining.
Imagine being that girl and knowing that the dude that you're meeting up with is gonna have that fucking, because nobody's more aware of their body type than women, you know? Like they know that they're having this effect on you. And like normal women would feel like so insecure about doing that, but somehow this type of chick is just like bold enough to do it.
And I'm not even like I'm not like a fat shaming. I love like bigger women and all that.
Man,
but this bitch looked like Brutus. She looked like Brutus the Barber Beefcake. You feel me? Like, first of all, second of all, to your point, you know how girls be having like the gay homie, like the gay best friend type shit, right? Yeah. And a lot of larger women have a propensity for this. I don't know what it is, right? So she had like the gay homie with her. You feel me? She's picking me up from the airport. As we walk into motherfucking baggage claim, she going to pull the car around, and he could tell, the gay dude could tell that I looked like I seen seen a ghost. You feel me? He's like, are you all right? I'm like, bro, she didn't tell me what it was. Like,
you confided in him?
I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm like out of my body. At
like
this
you're
point.
both dudes, so like he's gonna take your side.
No, it's not even that. Like, here's the thing.
That shit's wrong. He tried to tell him like she did some bullshit.
And he doesn't relate to you. He's gay.
She wanted to fucking fly. Listen to how he reacted though. He actually had sympathy for a player because like literally I'm
so
like,
you hit that.
Shut the fuck up. No, he's all.
I would have hit him.
He goes, oh no. Not again. Like she's been, you feel me? Like she's been doing this. She's been doing this. And look, I'm not saying I'm the fucking.
Did you hit?
Did I hit her?
Yeah.
I hit her, ate her out, fucked her sister, fucked her best friend and her brother's girlfriend.
You ate out the fat lady?
I ate out the fat bitch.
What the fuck? What drove
and
you
the
to do
pussy
that?
was not bad.
No, fucking her, I totally understand. But why would you eat her out?
It was like her pussy was nice. Like, why I did it? Because I felt
that
guilty.
pussy was bigger than you.
It was. I could have fucking set up a tent in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have put a wigwam in that bitch.
Wigwam.
The cold thing is, fool, like, I felt guilty because I had told this bitch, she thought she was my girlfriend. She had been sending me money and all that.
Oh, my God.
I wasn't, you feel me? Like,
Gigolo time.
and I wasn't that, like, dripping in ism at 19 where I really even knew that I was finessing the fuck out this bitch. I was just doing it because I was lonely, you feel me? I had a whole other girlfriend back home. I thought I was just getting some pussy, you feel me? Like, I was like, you know what? At worst case scenario, I'm going to get drunk and fuck this fat bitch for the weekend, you feel me? Like, I didn't realize it was going to be that fat of a bitch. At least she got some titties.
Oh, so you knew she was kind of big.
I knew,
you knew she was on the bigger.
She had big ass titties, and normally a bitch with big ass titties, you feel me, that come with something else. You feel me, like so. But I didn't think it was anything like what I saw. You feel me, and like hand to God, you feel me, like I did everything I said I did. You feel me, like that, and it was just by proxy, and the fact that I was in the suburbs of Mesa, Arizona, which are activated as fucking bitches are turned up and like with the business, and you feel me, very sexually active.
Yeah. So you end up hitting the sister and the best friend too?
I did.
They were all big. It was like
they all look better than her.
Yeah.
They all look better than.
So she let you fuck?
No, and the first night is when I wound up getting domed up by her brother's girlfriend, and this is why I'll tell you why I wound up getting domed up by the brother's girlfriend. I didn't choose this. This chose me, right?
The girlfriend's brother or the brother's girlfriend?
The brother's girlfriend.
All right. Because the girlfriend's brother came to pick you up, so I was just trying to make sure.
Her and her brother are kicking it. You feel me? They have their friends over, whatever. I go in the back little area to smoke a cigarette. They got mosquito nets because it's like Arizona. You feel me? Like, it's 150 degrees at night. You feel me?
Yeah. Fried
exactly.
Outside.
I'm smoking this. I look like straight out of Malibu's Most Wanted, straight up, because I had a white Playboy bunny visor with a pink rabbit on it. You feel me? I thought I was
the do-rag.
No do-rag, but I thought I was fly. You feel me? I have the spiky hair. You feel me? Like size 38, fucking Fat Farm jeans, whatever. You feel me? Like, yeah, exactly. I'm out there, and they're intrigued.
Were
by
you
the
rapping
fact,
then?
I was rapping then. Yeah, I had my tape with me and all that. And they super intrigued by the fact that I'm from LA.
Yeah,
They're just
off
like,
the rip.
that's all the questions. So they're like, oh, so do you know Britney Spears? Like, where's Drew Barrymore? So I go in the back.
Yeah, I see Britney at the last party.
Exactly. That's my best friend. I'm like, no, I don't know these people. I go in I go to smoke a cigarette, and the brother's girlfriend, who's like a stripper bitch, you feel me, is sitting there. I'm not even tripping on her though. She bad, you feel me? Yeah. She got big fake titties, all that. But I'm not tripping.
Wouldn't mind hitting, but you ain't studying it.
I'm not even on that time. You feel me? Like I'm still horrified by the situation. I'm just like getting drunk. We're drinking vodka.
How did you get
so
there?
she goes like, this fucking party sucks, and I'm like, yeah. Tell me about it. She's like, my boyfriend is so fucking lame. Like, I can't stand him. I'm so sick of this guy.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm all like, yeah, tell me about it. Like, this fucking, his sister, this fucking bitch flew me out. I didn't know she was fat. Now I'm stuck here for 3 days. You feel me? She's like, honestly, the only person that I'm feeling in this party is you. And I'm like, oh
shit.
What a coinky dink. You feel me?
Same, bitch.
You feel me? Like, hey now, say now. But I can't do shit because, the brother and sister, you feel me? The two fucking baby Huey twins are in the other room, so I can't even do a motherfucking thing about it, right? She's she's like, nah. So then she goes in there, and the brother's pissed drunk. This fool could barely stand up at this point. You feel me? And she's like flirting with me openly in front of her. She's going out like saying to the girl, to the fat bitch, like, if I make out, how about you make out with him, then I make out with you, and then him and I make out. Like she's doing all this shit, right? And then she's all, come to the store with me to buy a pack of cigarettes. I'm out of smokes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no. I'm not.
Oh, you fucking pussy.
I'm not finna go with you. Like I said, I'm still flabbergasted, overwhelmed by the whole situation at hand.
I'm going to get the cigarettes. I'm fucking up. That's my name, middle name. Fuck up.
I'm gonna get head from the brother's girlfriend. You feel me? He got the drop on me. I'm staying at his fucking crib with his sister. I got $30 on my name. You feel me? Like I'm stuck. You feel me?
If you
like
leave with the stripper bitch and the hoe bitch get you in trouble, she got to get out for you.
Exactly, but I don't know what type of timing or protocol these, you feel me, suburbanites got.
So how did you get to?
So then she starts telling the brother, her boyfriend. She's like, "Will you tell the kid to go to the store with me?" He's like, "Hey, go to the store with my girlfriend." And I'm like, nah. Bro, I go up to him and I tell him, I'm like, bro, trust me, you do not want me to go to the store with your girlfriend right now. I'm telling him, I'm trying to game him up. Bros before hoes, that ain't no snitch shit. That's code. You feel me? I'm I'm telling him like, look, you don't want. I'm fucking with your sister. You feel me? Like this is like I said, they big as fuck. You feel me? Like I ain't even trying to.
So how you get to the pussy?
This fool says. This fool says, stop being such a stuck up LA asshole and go to the store with my girlfriend and get some fucking cigarettes. So I said, all right, fool. I'm gonna go, you feel me? Like, that's how it happened, bro.
Did you leave it in her, or you just...
No, I just got domed up.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh my God, put your fucking dick in my... It was like that, you feel me? Bitch didn't even know my name. This bitch says afterwards, she's all like, I could fucking... She's all, what's your name again? I'm all like, Nick. She's all, I can fucking love you. Like... I'm like, what's your name? I can fucking love you.
I can love you.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to get to some of these donations because I would feel bad if we did not read them before we got to the
no nation without donation
of this. Wow, look at all that. When is the band's interview dropping? It could be as early as tomorrow.
Ooh.
I think it actually is tomorrow, TBH. So that's coming out very soon. On the Dead Homies, don't whisper in my ear, that's what Mexican Joker said. He's doing his little Bricc Baby impersonation there. Alcoholic Gamer said, what up? No Jumper. I'm back with the best drinks. Douce and Strawberry Fanta. Enjoy drinks on me. Y'all turn up over there.
That's
cheers.
it today?
Pour up a drink. Thank you very much. The show I Love Money on VH1 back in the day was fire. I actually don't know about that. Adam and Bricc, that famous Richard interview was fire. Great seeing DW on there with y'all reunited. Y'all the A-Team squad for interviews more soon, I hope. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Adam, that was before.
That was like the day after the walkout.
The day
people don't know the like chronological
that was the
order
day after, right?
Yeah, that was like the day after
fucking
that.
Relinking. We're not.
Yeah, it's all good.
Apart from each other.
We chilling.
Oh, I'm not gonna say. Okay.
Cole Vavad said, "I'll PayPal Lush $10 to say the actual name of that food." I
can't say that because it's very disrespectful to Bricc, and he'll fire on me instantly if I say it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's called Nap what?
It's worse than that, fool. What's the whole one?
Let me find
the
it.
whole one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of the song.
Fuji's Mona Lisa.
That's not the name of it, fool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Nice try, motherfucker. I got too much code. You feel me? You feel me? You ain't gonna divide and conquer the big three like that.
What about you? Remember this song, "Po Folks" with Anthony Hamilton?
All my life I've been po.
We call them Huster Roots.
Okay.
Huster Roots. Cause I'm hood.
On 6-0, if the pH level ain't right, I ain't hitting. Mexican Joker, you are funny. Mexican Joker also said, Lush be like, smell my finger, foo. He also said, these are the real conversations that are needed. Danny from the Stop said, what up from the East Coast? Shout out to Danny. Go check out my interview clips on his channel. Danny from the Stop.
Danny said he wouldn't trust me with a goldfish, bro. Said, would you trust me to bring you a bowl of goldfish snacks?
That's funny. This is why DW Flame don't want to be on the Tuesday show on baby wipes.
Well, we were having a pretty.
That's probably when we were saying something gay.
inflammatory
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have been super into that.
We're talking about wiping.
Dr. Umar's church will open before the high-speed rail. Show Me Tree said, y'all are insane if you think that Drake song is better than Like That. Like That is a hit. I mean, honestly,
it is a hit
I think they're
record.
both hits, yeah.
But like that's not a full diss song.
No.
Trap Laura said, London strip clubs, 2 trash, LA strip clubs in October on 6-0. That's a fact. Yo, I have to send a massive shout out to Trap Lord Ross in general because he was just really living his best life out there in New York. Like at one point, I roll up to the pop-up shop and Trap Lord Ross is outside of the spot and he's like ordered a shitload of Chinese food and they just laid out the Chinese food all over the trunk of the car and we're all sort of just like standing around eating orange chicken piece by piece with our hands.
Yeah.
And it was just like he really caught the groove of what New York is all about, which is like, you know, you're just living your life, you're doing things that you would never normally do outside, but you're doing it out in the open because it's all about
Being
just the ridiculous number of people that are all
He's also
present.
from London, bro, which is like a
Baby
more
New York.
It's a more cracking. It's like
Yeah,
New York's like
yeah.
baby London did.
Yeah, for sure,
Like,
for
you
sure.
feel me?
Yeah, you're right. But
London,
it's
like there ain't shit he ain't seen. You
for
feel
me personally,
Like,
I was just like living on a speed that I would never normally live in LA in
you
terms
get
of
a
just
bacon,
being
egg, and
like
cheese?
outside.
it's faster than LA.
You know, you get a piece of
Yeah.
pizza and you don't even stop walking. You're just
Right.
walking down the street eating the piece of
Did you
pizza.
have a glizzy?
No glizzy.
Glizzy
I heard
list?
Shea
Bacon-
Glizzy is back in the tri-state, but
Bacon,
myself
egg, and
personally,
cheese.
no.
Okay.
Huh?
I said bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Yes, literally almost every morning I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese with light mayonnaise from Black Seed Bagels.
Okay.
If you're on Postmates, I'm pretty sure that is like the pinnacle of bageldom in the city. I'm sure there's all kinds of exclusive
It's
ass
all in
spots.
the
but
water.
on Postmates,
What's
bro.
that fucking bodega butter? Whatever. It's like in Manhattan too. It's fire.
Special bodega. There's like an oxtail pizza spot that we almost went to that
It's
we
called
did not go
slices
to.
or some shit.
Yeah, and it's like
Fire.
it's very trendy. Apparently, we didn't actually end up going
Have you
there.
had a
It
Rasta?
just came down my timeline like 2 days ago.
Have you had
I'm like,
Rasta
what the fuck
pasta
this
before?
is?
No.
It's like yeah, that shit.
yeah.
Woo.
Rasta pasta.
Yeah, it's like oxtail with
It's
spaghetti.
like a
yeah.
jerk Alfredo.
Yeah, exactly. It's jerk Alfredo.
That sounds pretty good.
Fly.
Name a rapper who gets no airtime in your car.
So many.
There's so many. It would seem
So
kind of
many.
cruel. I remember I answered this one time and I said somebody's name and I kind of felt bad after. There's
Yeah.
just so many rappers I don't listen to. Like when I get in the car, it's hard to think of like a rapper that I'm like in the mood for right now.
That's what I was
But there's
about to
always
say.
like one rapper that I'm like, there's definitely something good or like an album that I could land on, but it's hard. There's fucking 5 million rappers right now, plus all these classic albums.
Can't never lose with Future.
And- well, this
Future?
is
Okay.
this is what he said gets no airtime.
Nah, I
in
know.
Europe.
Yeah.
I was
But
just saying when you're
this is the type of thing where it's like if there's when you have the responsibility of being one of the big 3 media platforms in hip hop,
ain't
you
gonna lie,
saying
J.
that
Cole-
could
J.
change the
Cole.
trajectory of someone's career. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I don't want
But
that.
J. Cole gets no playtime.
None right now, J. Cole. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I love so much of the music you made the past few years. The joint you had on, you got a fucking huge tampon wedge. You got the tampon. You got the Tampax Ultra Glide.
You feel like
fool.
his
I don't
image
think
is
he
in the
ever got a
toilet.
stream from me.
he gone, fool.
His image is in the toilet for you.
Bro, on some hip hop shit, you supposed to be an MC, fool. And then you wonder why. Then Adam wonders why. Oh, there's not too much conscious hip hop that you give a fuck about. Because when
They
there is,
doing conscious
because
shit
when we
like
start
that.
when we start fucking with a conscious rapper, look what they do. Some hoe ass shit. And 9 times out of 10, you feel me? These fools, what? Conscious rappers want pussy at the end of the night, just like you feel me.
But
everybody.
you know what? That is true that many a conscious rapper have had their career kind of sidelined because of some hoe ass shit. Think about Charles Hamilton.
That's what I'm saying.
He got slapped by that girl and it was over.
If I want to hear some conscious rap, bring back Dead Prez, like militant, you feel me? Like riding on
Yeah, but think about
motherfuckers,
what
like
that shit would be now.
revolutionary.
It would be coming straight out of the Gaza Solidarity encampment at Columbia.
That could be hard. fool.
I don't want to hear that shit.
That could be
Dead
hard.
Prez were hard to me because everything wasn't political at the time. So you could just hear some black revolutionary shit and it would just be hard. Ain't nobody trying to hear a fucking Black Lives Matter chapter rap group at this point.
But check this out. What was one of Lil Baby's biggest songs ever? And it was during that whole thing. You feel
he had
me?
like one bar that was like politically minded in that
Yeah,
song.
it was.
Hey,
You talking
but
about bigger than black and white?
The whole video everything.
But
you
think
feel
about
me?
Dead Prez compared to that.
Of course, you're right. You're right. It's a far cry.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if
Because
conscious
he
rap,
kept it very neutral.
And they had a hit.
if they did,
They had a hit.
They did.
Like when people
bigger
think
than
about Dead
hip-hop.
Prez,
bigger than hip
like
hop.
people just think about that fucking hit. If it wasn't for that hit, would we even talk about Dead Prez?
They got a lot of bang. I'm just saying, if a conscious rap group
He would
were
totally
to come
talk
back,
about Dead
No,
Prez.
totally.
I love
But I'm
Dead
saying
Prez.
like
He's underground Dead Prez.
I don't
love
think
Dead
I
Prez.
would know about them if it
hell
wasn't for
yeah,
that song,
turn
right?
off that radio. They got joints. You feel me? I wanna go to Africa. You, those fools got bangers, fool.
Come on,
I don't even know that song.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
They had bangers, fool. Look.
I know.
I'm just saying. I get it. That sound crazy coming from a white boy. Regardless,
No,
That was
Just the song,
amazing.
period.
That was the best thing you said in a while. Yo, but I want to say this because I just saw a good comment that said this. They said Lefty Gunplay should make his return to No Jumper. I think me and Lush should do a sit down with Lefty Gunplay.
Yes.
However, it will probably hinge on how good a job he feels like I did defending him on the band's interview because he was quite critical of him. And I tried to stand up.
Is that a North Day deal?
Yes, I tried to stand up for Lefty and make it clear because I do respect him as a rapper and stuff, and I think he does have a big future in front of him. I don't think it's like he's just this fucking crackhead like caricature that people try to paint him
you
as.
seen that video him and RJ just put out? That shit is the best video.
Oh, for real?
Beyond song, just the video. That's one of the whole video's a police chase. It start out like
I
you
gotta
feel me,
peep.
Lefty getting pulled over. Then he's like, oh fuck, you feel me? Then he start rapping his verse. They get out the whip. RJ hop out the whip. He the driver. He spit his verse. RJ go fucking. You know RJ rap
Go
his ass
crazy.
off, fool.
Yeah.
That is the best video. I don't know who directed that shit. That's the best music video I've seen out of LA in.
I'm gonna peep that
player.
ASAP because that sounds very, very
sounds
good.
player.
Yeah, I
But
gotta peep.
Lefty surprised me with his rapping skills out the gate. Like as soon as I got hip to him and listen, I'm like, oh shit. All right.
We definitely should have sit downs with Lefty. You feel me? If there's a way even to incorporate a comparator in the mix, you feel me?
Yeah, and
Worst
and
podcast ever.
people are giving me a hard time about doing 2 Norteño interviews, but I mean, I also did a Spanky Loco interview that will be dropping later this week as well that I'm very happy about. So,
Well, ultimately, No Jumper is a media platform, and like you interview people, we interview people over here from all sides of the spectrum, all affiliations. At the end of the day, yes, there's certain things that people got to be mindful of, and those precautions are taken into consideration.
hey, I saw a fucking tweet that said that the problem with kids these days is that they never had to listen to what was the fucking Immortal Technique song
Dance for the devil.
while having a panic attack off Blue Dream. I was like, yo, that sounds like something that I actually went through in high school.
Have
but
you
way
ever
before,
heard that one
way
song?
before Blue Dream came out.
Blue
But
Dream is crazy. That shit to have you in a panic attack.
Yeah,
Juicy
bro,
J,
that's
Blue
that-
Dream, and Lean.
That fucking.
That's the T, but he needed the Blue Dream to offset all the lean.
Yo, fucking.
You never need to.
That I agree, but why is
Ever.
Juicy J? Because at the time, fools was jocking that strain for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Like,
why? You think it's trash? I don't know.
It is. It is.
Dream?
It
Hell
is.
yeah.
I'm not smoking no sativa.
Bro, I was
If you pass
surrounded
me
by
that, that's
so
an
many
insult.
weed elitists on this New York trip, but motherfuckers are smoking $1,600 ounces. This weed that is so good that people, like, literally, we get there and rappers are like coming to one of the homies to buy $1,600 ounce. What's this shit called? Elephant Dick? Something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
They smoking dicks.
What's it called? Elephant Grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, I smoked a bunch of blunts of this shit with the homies.
It was it regular?
I mean, I just
Keep it
don't
real.
feel like I'm a fucking weed connoisseur enough to be able to understand why people would want to spend
Did you
their
smoke
rent
it
on this
and
shit.
was like, oh shit, I'm faded after the third hit?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't hitting it
That
right.
got to be a life
Nah,
changer. You got
it wasn't it. What you mean?
You got weed
Metro
elitists. Let me
Boomin,
know.
Like, all right, Metro Bloomin', they G41, they Biscotti, they got some shit going on over there.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You smoke half a blunt of that, it's a wrap.
I heard you on your
4 or 5
story the
people.
other day listing off all the different types of weed that you have
Yeah.
available, and I was just like, wow, he knows a lot
Tap
of
in
different
with Bricc for the
strains.
space packs. You feel me? Like,
yep.
Yo,
Got
but
the space
do you realize that we went to like the most? Me and Trap Lord Ross, drill historians / gay porn stars. We both of us. We go to the Billy Awards. The lineup is Static Selecta,
Ooh.
Larry June,
Ooh.
Alchemist.
Ooh.
It's like the most
Hip-hop.
hip-hop ass
That's fire.
lineup I've ever fucking gone to see in my entire life.
That's dope.
Probably,
That's dope.
realistically.
That's like 3
How
times
many
a week
songs
for me.
did you know?
A lot.
I don't know some songs. I know some songs that
Larry
like.
June, I feel like transcends.
I mean, Static Selecta's playing
Yeah,
the
I fuck
hits.
with Larry
You know, he's
June.
just playing all the fucking.
fools be knocking Larry June in
Nah,
the
I fuck
trenches
with
and
Larry
shit.
June.
Yeah,
Larry June's
yeah,
hard.
Yeah,
I started with Larry June though. If you go back like way back,
No, but Larry June is like a
We were,
perfect
like,
example
signed to
of,
Code 45 at the time.
like not overtly gangster, but like still
Well, it's player
beloved
shit.
by the
Yeah.
community type shit.
It's player
but
shit.
it doesn't die. It's never like nerdy or corny or anything. It's just like
Nah.
but it's really, really hard to make a career out of making music that is just cool.
And
Currency did
but
it.
let me ask you this,
Yeah,
which
and he did
I
it.
love. He's the GOAT, so I love Spitter. How dope would it be though if we start seeing fools like the Alchemist producing, like, you feel me, like X4, like, you feel me, or like someone new and up and coming in LA, all produced. That would be amazing, dog.
But maybe Alchemist at a certain point is just like, well, I don't know if I really want to be like doing this gangsters. Like he probably just likes fucking with more lyrical
this fool
people,
was
right?
out there with Prodigy when he was fucking a lot of the dudes that Alchemist produced for, like Rock Marcy and all them. They're actually like Benny the Butcher. Those fools are not some soft ass dudes. You
No,
feel me?
they're not.
They street dudes. They just in a whole different genre.
the
you
way
know,
they talk is
Yeah,
Like
but
the
they
lyrical
still talking
content.
that shit though.
They still talking that shit.
Like
fool.
the actual shit that is being discussed on like a Griselda project is not really like any different than what's being discussed on like some gangster ass dude
On a Future project.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're talking about selling drugs and having guns.
For sure.
Like
Designer-
a large percentage of the time.
designer wearing
It's
designer,
just
you
delivered
feel me,
differently.
opulent shit, yeah.
Yo, I've been meaning to ask you, do you remember the skits on the Future and Metro album,
Of
the
course.
Prodigy
Yeah, yeah.
samples and
Yeah,
shit?
amazing.
Do you remember watching that shit when it came out?
Yes.
Wasn't he like dissing Drake kind of like on those skits? Like I forget who he was talking about.
he was-
but when he like
well-
it just sounds so good coming out of his mouth. Like these N-words ain't supposed to be rapping. Like
Right.
the way he's
Well-
dismissing them is
well,
like so amazing.
DMX. There's the DMX was the one who was going really crazy on Drake.
At a certain point.
Yeah,
okay,
like
okay.
there's all right. God bless the dead, though, both of them. You feel me?
Who was Prodigy talking about on those?
But
That
Prodigy
shit is unreal good.
The thing is, Prodigy, you have to remember, this is a dude that for the majority of his career was talking shit about other artists. You feel me? Like
Right.
from like, you feel me? They're technically third, but really their second commercial album. The first single was a Tupac diss track. You feel me? Drop a gem on him and all that shit. And then this fool and his book. Do you remember the Prodigy audio book?
Do you remember the Prodigy MySpace blogs? You remember you could have a
You go
blog on
crazy.
MySpace?
Yeah, yeah.
That shit is archived on the internet, and that shit is like the best shit ever. I never
It's
read his
gold.
book though.
No,
that
okay.
came out like way before he died, right?
Yeah, within a few years before he died. Yeah.
Okay.
Like now, here's the thing: in that book, the best way to consume it, do it as an audio book with him reading it.
He read it?
Yeah, he read it. You can find it all on
What?
YouTube. Prodigy reading his audio book, and he's like. You know, you want to talk. I would never. I'm not going to put the words rat or snitch or anything on. But he's talking about a lot of shit.
Well, if we want to work on
He
our hip
pissed
hop
off-
credibility, we should all listen to that audiobook and talk about it on here because that shit would be fire.
You'll enjoy that shit. I don't even enjoy audiobooks. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But hearing, I don't know how.
So
What
you
Prodigy-
you can listen to it in his voice.
yeah.
Because
yeah,
as
that-
soon
Him
as you
reading that
said,
shit.
like, as soon as you said it, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna read that." And then you were like, "He read it," and I've never listened to an audiobook in my whole life.
I don't think I've ever
He talked
read that
about
either.
everything from the early days, like battling with like Cormega and fucking
Really?
with Nas back in the day.
I'm going to sleep off the rip with an audiobook.
Oh, dude, but
Really?
yeah,
Too
that's
soothing.
when I would listen
It's
to
too
it.
soothing.
I would listen
take a
to
Molly
it too.
and listen to it.
I'll listen to it while I'm going to sleep. That's literally how I consume it. And then I'd be like, oh, I fell asleep at this part. So the next night I'm gonna go listen to more of it. type
No,
shit.
but you know what? I like where you're coming from with the idea of like, because I've often like thought about doing a No Jumper project or you know just doing like original music.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were able to do some sort of like really dope cohesive version of like purist hip hop beats / some of the rappers and then morph it with like some gangster shit, some drill shit, like maybe that could be like the flavor of a No Jumper project.
And the inverse of that, even like modern production, but like you feel me, conscious. Like but yeah, I like that idea a lot. I ain't even gonna front.
I mean,
Alchemist with fucking.
I was
with
talking to
Expo and
Alchemist-
Osama and Bricc. You feel me?
Yeah,
Whatever you feel me?
Alchemist, he might be bullshitting me, but he seems like he really fucks with me, and I fucking love the dude.
He's a good dude.
The chillest,
He's a
the
good dude.
illest. Like we both are fucking spliff addicts. I love this dude. So
Yeah.
maybe I could swindle him
I
into
fuck
being
with Al
part of
too.
it.
I fuck with Al too. You feel me? That'd be lit to a project of that magnitude, especially with a No Jumper. regardless, yeah, that's just dope.
Because you know what it is? Whenever you take a street rapper and you put them over like soul samples or just samples
It's
in
great.
general,
It's
like
great.
think about 21. 21 has had so many like standout moments that was basically just him hopping on like a beat with an ill sample.
Metro shut your whole ass up and make some trips. No, but when Metro started flipping samples again, and that shit was a whole new wave for 21.
for sure.
It definitely was. And even like if you look at a lot of the newer Stockton beats, NorCal beats, even fools from LA doing it, going over more cinematic sample based material. And not just when I say sample based, because everybody been doing the sampling fucking Ja Rule, What's Love Got to Do, or sampling whatever early 2000s hip hop. I'm saying when they go back and do a soul sample from back in the day and rap on it, that shit do hit different.
Bro, I
You feel
got
me?
I got dissed today on a record from a Stockton artist.
I saw that.
You saw it?
I saw that.
I told you that was Northern Cal.
I'm not saying his name, but I dug into it a little bit. All I could tell when I'm listening to it is like, oh, okay, he's saying something about Slow B, something about J-Bo, whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting dissed because I wore the free EBK J-Bo fit. Whereas, hey, I love to be in the politics, especially in a city that I realistically am not going to go to. So
Stockton ain't no joke. It's wild up there, bro.
yeah, I mean, I'll definitely go there. It wasn't even like he really dissed me. It was weird. He showed a rat on the screen when he said Adam 22. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't
think
rat
it
on
was
anybody.
because of the dude's manager might be a rat.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. But
I mean, that's what I got. Didn't he say something about the manager and like the bar before that? Then it was Adam.
yeah, all right. He said I'm 22.
I don't know
stay
the
in your
manager,
place
so I'm not
or
saying
know your
this.
role or something. I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, it's a great way to get posted places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Probably somebody on his team threw it in the Reddit for me. Make sure that I saw it. You can totally tell what streams have a dude who basically is just like, it's probably them a lot of times that are just like cutting the clips and throwing it up in there. Hey, let me ask you this. You don't have to answer this because I can do my own homework when we get off air. But I saw a post from Bozo, who I am now a big fan of because I watched one of his interviews and I think the guy's fucking great. But I saw a post of Mr. Criminal texting Bozo 2 times, not getting a response on the first one. And the second one, he gets a response, was basically Bozo saying, hey, fuck you, I'm not talking to you anymore. This information, I assume, is out there?
yeah.
Are you tapped in? What are the
Yeah.
charges?
I'm not really, you feel me, like 100% certain to want to.
One more time, it went over my head.
Mr. Criminal?
Yeah.
Big Rasa
Yeah.
rapper and YouTuber, streamer for
I
a little
know
while
he's
now.
Appreciator of tortas.
Then you said
Right.
Bozo.
Apparently, he's done something on a street level where Bozo don't even want to communicate with him anymore. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. I need to do my Googles and figure it out. But
You not talking about that? Are you right?
There's definitely like tension. You feel me?
he probably doesn't want to be the narrator of like exactly what is being said.
Way too much.
It's not my place. You feel
But
me?
listen,
Yeah, it's my people's
Mr. Criminal, I haven't even really dug into whatever you are being accused of,
But
but
if it was a black rapper, you would.
Not
tell us
not
no,
that.
necessarily.
no Jumper is a
Not
neutral
necessarily. I mean,
platform. So if Mr. Criminal does need a spot to express himself to the people,
Yeah,
I would be
pop
happy
up.
to have him, even though I actually don't really even know what this is about yet. Besides, well, I did. Somebody told me about some telling shit, but I don't know.
Well, that's. I mean,
That's usually what it comes down to
there's
these days.
but that's the thing.
Well, at
like,
least it's not the fucking kid.
look,
that-
No.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't want to make
that's
anyone
what
think
I
of
was
that.
trying to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure,
no.
yeah.
last time I even attempted to imply that to put that jacket on somebody sitting in this very chair.
ended up having
I want him getting beat up in South Central by a kid that I've known since he was like 8. So I'm low key gonna try to.
Low
You feel me?
Listen. Oh, nephew turned
I don't need the
into a savage.
calentada. You feel me? Like, so yeah, I'm smooth.
All right. How does Lush feel about this? Is from Jason Granados. How does Lush feel about the Clemson Street General moniker? What does it mean?
Man, like I ain't no general, you feel me? Shouts to all my good peoples out there. You
So
feel me?
that's an
Shouts to-
invention of the chat and
Yeah,
not
yeah,
something
yeah.
that ever really came out of your mouth?
I've never referred to
okay.
myself in that manner, but they started calling me that, you feel me? But shouts to all the homies over there holding it down, you feel me?
okay.
On the
That's where you come
5700.
from.
Like I'm not from, you feel me? Like
I always just kind of assumed
just
that you
back
actually
that
said
shit
that.
up.
yeah, I'm just like this, you feel me? Shouts to my
Do you
homies.
back it up or what?
Shouts to my homies, you feel me?
All right. You can't run when the heat is on when you with him.
But that's hey, I'm no
right.
homies get left behind.
right.
Period.
Okay.
You feel me? But I ain't
No
actively
trolls left behind.
I ain't actively pushing no lines like that. You feel
Devil
me?
Donut, shout out to you for this donation. Yo, all right, Devil Donut. But thank you for this donation that I'm not going to read because I'm actively not talking about things. Wait, Quavo dissed Bricc? Nah, right?
Nah.
Did that ever happen? This guy says Quavo dissed shitty, parentheses Bricc, question mark? I don't think Quavo would even know that was your nickname like that, right?
I mean, he probably would for
you
sure.
got beef with Quavo?
He been knowing me forever.
He definitely would know.
I doubt that he did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
my
think so.
boy.
He's probably just guessing
I
because of
think-
something else he said in the song or whatever.
Yeah.
Smoke Dog said, "What's cracking with the booty smacking?" Smoke Dog is watching TV on a sick one at Best Buy.
On a sequel.
Oh yeah, Adam, I heard y'all motherfuckers hiring. What's good? Yeah, you heard wrong. We're down south, motherfucker.
I might be hiring, bro.
You don't want nobody on a sick one working for you?
On a sequel.
Definitely no. I mean, actually, it was crazy seeing a different version of Compa Later.
Although he like so him-
he
So
was
a
sober.
sick one makes you think of Copa.
look,
sure.
Damn.
But the thing is, the fact that he literally takes this podcasting shit seriously enough, and this fool expressed literally, he's on the pod talking about it, that him and like when we all got smashed over here on the worst podcast ever,
Right.
I walked to the restroom, was yakking, this fool winds up dipping, all that shit. That made him wanna like sober up for a minute. You feel me? And like he's like, yo, I'm here in a podcast with Adam, and I got that can't be happening. You feel
It
me?
could probably only
And-
have positive repercussions in his life, considering that he owns like a
He's-
sushi restaurant,
that's
a
the
weed
thing,
business. Like
that's the thing. Like
it's gotta
Raider
be
is
tough.
not just. He's not a one-dimensional person,
He
bro.
has assistants and shit.
Right.
But beyond-
He's getting too used to it.
But it's hard to have your assistants like stay really with their head in the game if you are on a sick one on a regular
Yeah, if
basis,
you're not-
right?
if you're
Long
not
as the
keeping-
money adds up, he probably like, fuck it, fool.
in the
Exactly.
long run, though, that fucking shit is gonna make it tough to hold the money
But
together.
I've been to his establishment, his sushi restaurant, and he's literally like all business. You feel me? Like
He knows
in there
when to turn it
communicating.
on.
Yeah. He's able to oscillate between these, but it's still the same. It's not like he's different people. It's not like a code switch, but he just has more. He's able to work in multiple capacities. So shouts to Sober Raider, homie.
Sober Raider, I like that. Yeah, Lush, who was a better freestyler, Juice WRLD or Lil Snoop? Both gone too soon. Y'all should do music reviews. Some of their greatest freestyles.
They're both great freestylers.
I
You feel
just
me?
got hip to Juice WRLD freestyles. He
Oh,
brought
it's
something
stupid.
different.
I was gonna say, like, the thing about Lil Snoop that was super dope is Lil Snoop could freestyle like entire songs from front to back, insert a hook in there, like I'm saying the beat comes on and he'll have an entire song done.
I'm not
all
even-
off the neck.
I didn't even
You
know
feel
he was
me?
like that.
Most of his
tap
shit
into
is
that.
freestyle, bro.
Snoop is
wow.
crazy.
Lil Snoop is a joint, but I will say like Juice WRLD. I think he was a little bit, man. I don't know. Juice WRLD
WRLD
is
was
amazing,
something
bro.
different.
Yeah, I think Juice WRLD of all the rappers that have
I
passed
saw my first 10.
would be the
Well,
biggest
because
star
he's
right
like
now.
doing it while he's also like making hooks. He's like
Right.
he's doing melody on
Right.
top of just rapping.
Right.
So I feel like to me it's hard to think of anybody better than Juice WRLD because what he was doing was like multiple things at once.
He could have been like a Drake type level of success.
Oh, I think
Like,
so.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think so,
Like,
yeah.
The way that shit came
Like,
out,
yeah.
he made like 4 songs on that Beats freestyle.
A lot of people that I've lost, I sometimes wonder where their career would be now and like, you know, if they would have been able to hold on to it. Some people who I've lost, it's like, even if they were at a high point when they died, it's like kind of hard to imagine that they would have been able to keep going up. But I would say I have zero doubt that Juice WRLD would have continued to be incredible.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I feel like all like, you know, like Draco, XXX, Peep, all these dudes would have been mega fucking stars.
Yeah.
But Juice WRLD, I just feel like had
Yeah.
such a high ceiling. I just, you know.
Because I'll tell you the difference between like X and Juice is that like X had to like labor over the music. Like he would like sometimes have a hard time being productive in the studio that day. Whereas Juice WRLD, it was like it never stopped
you
coming
just
out of
rap.
him
You just
to a
rap.
level that was like hard to wrap your head around. Like Juice would or X would like work for a long period of time before he got to something that he really felt strongly about, which is the total opposite of Juice WRLD. It would just be
Ego,
churning that shit out nonstop. Like
Yep. Load that
X-
one up. Yep, that's over with. Which ones we using for the tape, guys?
Yeah.
I think we have an album.
I feel like X was like also like, but he like appeal. Although Juice WRLD definitely had appeal to like the alternative white kids, X has such a strong hold on that market. Not even just alternative white kids, like alternative kids in general.
The only song
like,
that I ever heard was "Lucid Dreams." Like
That's
until
the
I
only
came home, like
Juice WRLD
because
song
I was on.
that you ever heard.
I was in jail.
Right.
I was in the county, so
You got to remember
that's the only
the
thing
whole
that-
SoundCloud era. He was in Crip Mac
okay,
world.
okay.
So it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
the only one. So that was like popular.
That's why I stopped
And I'm
listening
like,
to you because you feel me like
yeah. I
now
was
it makes
in Grace
sense.
for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, when I came home and then I heard other stuff from him, I'm like, damn, I thought he was like one of those like pop rappers type dudes.
Right, but then you see him.
Then like this year, like people start showing me the freestyles. I'm like,
I mean, to me, the
Oh,
fact
he was
that
different.
Thug said that he was like the greatest freestyler that he had ever witnessed, to me, that just kind of says everything.
And the fact that
I'm not fighting him.
how he go from seamlessly doing an entire album with like, you feel me, Future, and then going straight to like doing a single with Eminem. You know what I mean? Like no, and have no. There's no awkwardness, nothing forced about it. Like that
He would
shows.
probably be on the fucking Taylor Swift album instead of Post Malone, which brings me to my other topic. Do you guys have anyone in your life that is going to force you to listen to the Taylor Swift album like myself?
I mean,
Your girl is Swiftie?
No.
my
I know
girl-
yours ain't.
My girl's not a Swiftie. She's Latina. You feel me? She's like, you feel me? But she do fuck with like Taylor Swift. You feel me? She artist herself, though. She's not really tripping like that.
Are you
but
gonna listen to it?
I just, there's no way I won't be able to hear it. You feel me? Like the albums like that are so ubiquitous. You don't need to choose to listen to it. My niece is finna be playing it. My niece is a Swiftie. Like
I was oblivious to
she
Taylor
gotta
Swift.
go hard. I fuck with
From
Taylor
my
Swift.
whole life up until like the last year, I was oblivious
Your
to Taylor
lady a
Swift.
Swiftie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super hardcore. She listens to all these fucking podcasts about her and shit.
He's going to the concert
No,
also.
I'm gonna probably have to at some point. But I already seen the movie of the concert, but she in theaters. Yeah.
Wow.
If Taylor Swift looked like Iggy Azalea, I'd be your biggest fan. You feel me? I'll tell you that. Like, I'd
She
be,
should gain weight and get a BBL. Nah, she's too tall.
If she had the ice spice, you feel me?
I think
behind, look,
BBLs are better on short girls.
I like it.
I'm not
I
mad.
like Taylor for what
I'm not
she
mad.
is.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think she's
mad.
hot as fuck.
Yeah,
I think she's hot
Yeah,
too.
I like
but like,
I heard she's into anal.
good for hell. Yeah,
It was a meme, but
As she should be.
I'm just choosing to believe it.
From the bike.
Okay.
bike.
From the bike.
What else we got here? Mexican Joker
The
is
rest of us
all
is
up in
insane.
this shit. Fuck. Okay, wait. Okay. Socrates Civilian said, fuck D-list celebs and black porn legends. For example, Pinky, Cherokee, Ass, Geneva X's girlfriend, Zay Hilfiger, Sydney Starr, Gibbs's girlfriend, and Axe girlfriend.
Wow.
So he's telling me
He's
to have
telling you to
sex
do that.
with these
Yeah,
people.
He's not
fuck
saying fuck
D-list
them.
He's telling me to have sex with X's ex-girlfriend. I already reached out to her about the OnlyFans collab a while back. She didn't seem like she was open to it at the same time. I don't know why he's telling me to fuck Zay Hilfiger, who is a
Sydney
man.
Starr. Sydney Starr.
Starr.
Is that the one that ruined Chingy's life?
And then like Freddie Gibbs' girlfriend is a porn star, so that wouldn't be that weird. And then he said an Axe current girlfriend. I don't think. That,
Hey, Cherokee was a
Shake
legend
Lizzie.
though, and Pinky was a legend for sure.
I've DM'd Pinky, didn't get a response. I don't
Shouts
think
out Oakland.
She probably don't know who I am.
Lush really.
Crip Street, Lush really a white boy. He said AIM, man. It's just AIM. I never heard nobody use the acronym.
I think I'm just old, bro, but it was AOL Instant
But people
Messenger.
said AIM.
Yeah.
During the era of us, because we actually saw it as an offshoot of AOL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was
AIM.
If you came straight into the AIM era, you might not even
Yeah,
be
you
thinking about
missed
it.
it.
But like AIM made more sense because we were all on AOL right before
yeah.
that.
If Crip Street 2 is older than 25 years old, then I'm a white boy. But I'm a hazard to guess and say, you feel me, it's an age thing.
Right, and then Freddie B did a bunch of cocaine bots and sticks in
right.
the chat. Which
Oh, you see how we cut it.
Pinky has AIDS? That's not true.
That was a rumor.
before.
That was a rumor back in the day. Yeah, unconfirmed.
That can't be true. I think she shoots porn still.
No, I said that I've heard that.
Yeah. We both that was
we
like
all heard it.
that was a known thing. Like,
I
but
think she fell off for a second and then.
oh,
it
she
was
must
like,
have got AIDS.
Yeah.
she done gobbled 6,000 dicks. She got AIDS. Like,
Everybody always wants to say somebody got AIDS.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah.
Especially if they don't have it. Like, you can never unsee that shit sometimes.
Anybody in the rap game got AIDS?
Like, not that we know of.
I know. Well, not. adjacent rap games and from adjacent communities. There are people.
They tried to put that shit on Mac. What's his name? OG Macko.
Oh, yeah, they did. No, but OG Macko got like some other like illness that like burned the skin off his face.
Yeah, they tried to say all type of crazy shit.
Yo, shout out Julian.
Well, Eazy-E, R.I.P. allegedly had AIDS.
Oh yeah, right.
So,
That's obvious. That's the big one for sure. Yeah, Julian Chung weighing in, saying he said New York was a movie. Yes, it was. Shout out to you. He was a fun dude to hang out with. I hate everybody, and I liked him.
Jay's cool, man. Julian's a solid dude.
And then
he's been the lifeline to Crip Mac for a lot of people. You feel me?
Oh yeah, facts. He's the one who put me on the phone. Them and shit. He's so and then 507 said, Bricc, have Unc bring some of that St. Louis drill talent to the No Jumper, Fast Money, Neff, Jet 5, MOP, the White Boys, CTS, Lil Wick, Be Lit, hitting headshots on Crotch Rocket, and Beat the Case. Holy shit, that was a wall of text. But I'm definitely down to fuck with the St. Louis artists. I don't even know who's cracking out there.
It's called high speed music.
The St. Louis drill scene is insane.
All the Kia boys and shit.
Yeah, it's different from the Milwaukee music, which you feel me, but it's adjacent. It's somewhere. It's like that mixed with Chicago.
Bro, did you see the CT Kia Boys video on Channel 5?
Yeah, that's amazing.
It just came out.
Amazing.
Oh my god,
Amazing.
those fucking kids!
Louis?
No, it's not. It's Connecticut. It's this
they
fucking.
were in. You said CT.
There's a white kid named what's his name, Swervo, who is just like stealing cars and shit. But I guess they filmed
hard car stealing.
Just straight, he stole the name and a car. But bro, you know they steal Kias and sell them for $50 in the hood.
They might.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Damn.
I mean, you got to think they're stealing them at an all-time high. Do they even have value once you could put your iPhone charger in there?
At what point does the Kia
kids bringing 10 of them a night for $500?
At what point is the Kia Corporation somehow profiting off?
Well, they're suing them. No, I don't think they're profiting off it. They're just like they were negligent for putting those fucking cars out there in the first place because
very much so.
It's caused such a crazy crime wave, and like a lot of the people who are stealing that shit, it's basically like the cars are just being used to go shoot at people in general too. So it's probably indirectly increasing the fucking murder rate as well.
They literally gonna make Kias harder to fucking steal than it is to buy some syrup in Texas.
No, they have a patch. They have a patch so that you can't steal them as easily now. So a lot of the cars that you go to try to steal, there's a patch so it doesn't work the way it used to.
The methodology.
If you had time to take your Kia in and get it serviced.
Right.
Like, imagine the families that work all week and can't drop the car off.
Bro, I don't got time to do shit like that. You feel me? Like, and I got plenty of time.
And I got days off and I still can't make it.
I still can't.
Yeah, I'm not getting a fucking Kia.
My dysfunction relates to your dysfunction.
I'm not a Kia boy. I'm a Cybertruck boy. I only steal Cybertrucks. That's my. Oh my god.
I stop them out.
That's a funny skit idea.
I stop them
just
out.
being like create a little crew of Cybertruck boys and just pretend to be stealing that Cybertrucks.
Just imagine a
Mine thieves.
We need like a fake method to like steal Cybertrucks.
Right.
But also like as soon as I even say that, I'm like, oh, if I film that skit, am I gonna get deleted off Instagram for like encouraging car theft?
Yeah, just imagine a convoy of fucking Cybertrucks
just
coming
mobbing
down
through the block.
like we just stole 1 million Cybertrucks.
Bailing through the hood like.
The kids are, but then it's like they're killing themselves. Like they're not talking about the kids that's stealing these motherfuckers and killing themselves left and right.
Oh, just getting car accidents and shit, really?
Because they don't know how to drive.
Fucking paraplegic,
bro. We're lucky to still have Swervo because this motherfucker was living a crazy life. You gotta watch it. You gotta see this. His name
is sick. Yeah, I'm going to go watch it.
And it's just a like 16-year-old white kid who's just calling himself Swervo and just out here just being ratchet as fuck, bragging about how much purple clothes he has and shit like that.
I got the tag hanging out, baby.
That's the sick thing about it. They just fucking they steal these cars and like do credit card scams to get like the dumbest shit possible, to get like weak ass clothes from Nordstrom and fucking Zah.
Some babe
is crazy.
But that's what kids do. And then they buy lean too when they can find real lean. In Connecticut, they're probably
I need some denim heart jeans and some lean, and I'm good to go. Shouts to CT though for having a lot of like underrated, like known about trenches where shit is actually super activated.
Yeah, I mean, Connecticut
See,
is
you got
one of
some
those
sections.
states that, like, just like Jersey, that like where
But it's the tri-state.
It goes
so it's
from
New York shit
but
going on.
It
up
goes
there.
from the nicest fucking areas you've ever seen to the
I've been to
worst fucking
Connecticut.
areas you've ever seen.
And literally like in
My
Jersey.
mom's from Connecticut.
In Jersey, there's certain towns like Camden or whatever, and in Newark, there's no rich part of Newark. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
there's no like hillside or whatever.
That's like the rich part of Watts.
Exactly. There's no rich part of Watts. It doesn't exist. You feel me? Like,
That's a fact. I'm gonna try to go catch Parker Ann before bedtime. But
I know the scandal, brother.
great talk. No scandals. Great talking to you guys. And yeah.
Shout out to Devil Donut in the chat.
You feel me? Shouts to
Sticks in the
everybody.
chat.
Much love.
You want to go do
feel
a
me?
friendly fade? Anybody?
Friendly fade? Let's run it. I'm not turning
I'm
it
looking
down.
for fades.
Good eats afterwards.
Pull out, get some fades. We can get food out there. It's all good.
Hey, rats get Swiss cheese. You ain't fucking with the big three. Come on, man. That's it. That's that. That's
Flush one.
You feel me?
Flush of terror.
My bad.
Oh man!
I thought I was Kill Squad.
Appreciate you guys. Gang, gang.